It's right back, Charlie.
Because it's so good, let's watch it one more time, man. One goal, wonder settings. You know the thing. Arteta shout me, bro. Me, Zinchenko, Tini, serious cat. Mad team. Showing my grandkids that way. You hear me? Yo, the granddad was a baller still.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. Don't forget, smash the like button, people. Let's get to 200 likes so we can look at the transfer news. Premier League football is back. One love, you lot, man. I don't think the energy levels are right, people. Smash the like button, set your reminders and hit the like button for the Crystal Palace watch along. Get your talking points in. Let's get to 200 likes. One love to it. Sing along to the pig.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on, Ian. Of course we're live. People deluded, I'm back again. First things first, happy Friday to you lot, people. Hope you've all had a progressive week, you know, filled with good health for you and your loved ones. And, you know, closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, aspirations, overcoming hardship than you was at the start of the week. Premier League football is back for better or worse. 38 game calendar. Obviously, you got the cups depending on what your club's doing. There's going to be many highs and lows, twists and turns, bumps and bruises. I know Arsenal fans, rightly so, are optimistic as hell this season. I even see in my comments, someone's telling me we're winning the league. Someone's saying we're finishing second. I think The Athletic did an article where Arsenal fans are the most optimistic. Let's see where some of them are at if and when that loss eventually comes, people. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news. Of course, I'm just saying keep a cool and steady head. You know, a week is a long time in football. So imagine 38 game weeks filled with bumps and bruises. Sometimes you're going to put, like last season, Arsenal pulled off results that you probably didn't see us doing. We lost games that you probably saw us winning. So there's going to be many twists and turns. But Premier League's back, man. We finally got it. Be nice to not waffle about transfers. Although I hope Arsenal sign a centre mid, people. So yeah, big up you lot. What you lot saying? Bro, I don't know, bro. Everyone's allowed their opinion. Technically, the quadruple is on. Technically, we're top of the league, you know. Hopefully, that's still the case come this evening because we're going to South London. You know, nothing good comes to South London, but we need to move to them, man. You know, Crystal Palace have our number and have had our number for quite a while. They took 4 points off us last season. You know, I keep saying it, and there's nothing else to go on. You know, at the Emirates, you know, we had a draw the year before, I'm sure, where Tierney was our best player. Propaganda there, but yeah, we dropped points from a winning position at home. Obviously, when we went away, we got battered in it. Crystal Palace is going to be, you know, a serious test, and it's better to get out of the way now. I know Crystal Palace have had a bit of a mare with their pre-season. They might not be as fit as us. Let's use that to our advantage. Vieira, you owe us as well. You know, it is what it is. You know what it is. You know, they've got physicality, they've got tenacity, they've got spirit, they've got technical ability, they've got players that want it. Vieira's got them singing all from the same hymn sheet. Much like Arsenal fans being optimistic, every flipping football fan in the world is going to be optimistic. And same way Arsenal fans are catting to see their team, Crystal Palace are as well. So it's going to be a tough test. But how we perform Crystal Palace away, Brighton away, Southampton away, Liverpool away, bit of tax on that. Same goes for City away, Old Trafford where we took the lead, Goodison Park. What you do in these sort of games beyond everything played a big part in towards Arsenal not getting Champions League football. You factor in the fact that, you know, game management, you know, not able to cope with injuries, not winning games we should, not scoring enough goals. These are all, this ain't me being negative. These are facts. These are things we need to improve. And I hope with the, you know, introduction of Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus, that could be something. People, make sure you're doing up the like button, people. Appreciate that. And put my earpods away. No clue why they're in my my pocket, but nonetheless it is what it is, people. As I said, shameless plug o'clock, you know, later today, better yet, man said earlier, it's Crystal Palace Arsenal. I'm doing a watch along for it, bro. It is what it is, man. Zaha, people been saying that Zaha versus Ben White is a madness. I wouldn't want to be Ben White. And, I think Ben White is a good defender. I think he's been given a harsh rep at times, but I do think his strengths are not necessarily defending. Sometimes, I love when he charges out from the back with the ball and advances forward. Sometimes he gets caught with that. So it's going to be a big test. Zaha can cook anyone. If he gets, but, it is what it is. He will cook you on a couple of occasions. Win the war. Don't lose, win the war, lose couple battles. He's gonna get past you, bro. This ain't no Fanas thing. It's how you've got Ben White's got to have a big test. Obviously, we need him to go forward and support Saka, but that's where he needs to open his mouth and say, Saka, come, let's double up on Zaha. Assuming Saliba plays, Saliba's the right-sided centre back. I'm gonna get tight to Zaha. You cover the space. Partey come and tuck in, and the same logic goes for Xhaka and Zinchenko on that left-hand side. We play a high line. Logically speaking, them man there could do us on the counter-attack. We saw it already last year. Mateta, Slop, we know what Zaha's on. I don't know for Elise and Eze. They're two very good players. I don't know if they're about. Honestly, I don't know who is about for Crystal Palace. Vieira's doing a great job. I don't want to lose. If we had to lose to someone, it would help the Arsenal lads out. So it's a big test. Man should be relishing this. It don't matter if you're Ben White, you want to play centre-back or right-back. You're in the team, Tomiyasu, Tierney, Smith Rowe, Fabio Vieira, these lot are all still to come back. A couple of them, by God's grace, are on the bench. It don't matter where you're playing. And especially when I look at Zinchenko, Ben White, to a degree, Saka, Martinelli, definitely, Gabriel Jesus, when these guys are clearly good at one position, they can, by all means, put them in other roles. There's competition for places, Again, we've started the season well in terms of preseason. We started it in optimistic spirits, but we've already got injuries. No one's fully fit because of preseason. Everyone's had a couple of weeks off. Palace are missing a few players as well. We're missing a few players. So if I'm Ben White, give Arteta a headache. Let him say, yo, you know what? Saliba, Gabriel, they're doing their thing. I like Ben White. I can't put Tomiyasu back in. I would love to have Tomiyasu today because he's probably, he's definitely top 2 defenders in, at the art of defending, or top 3 at this football club. He's someone we got confidence in. He's someone that's good 1v1. They're going to pop the balls over the heads of Zinchenko and probably Ben White, That's where Tomiyasu, for me, is one of the biggest strengths. He's very good in the air, but it is what it is. Give Arteta headaches. There's going to be many bumps and bruises, twists and turns. Injuries are a thing. Look at our back line. Ben White can play right back. Saliba, we hope he does his thing. Gabriel, he does his thing. But I don't know if everyone's fit, if that's what Arteta would want to go with. There could be times Ben White gets another injury and someone needs to step in. We know we're starting the season, for me, with no marquee central midfielder to challenge Xhaka and or Partey's place and take that midfield to a next level. As I said, we've got injuries. Obviously last year we kicked off the season and it weren't well. As I keep saying, I think Arsenal, we can be our own biggest friends, or we can be our own biggest enemies. This is why I always say, no matter what these other guys fighting for top 4 are doing, I'm not saying look at them, but Arsenal always, regardless of what teams did last year, we didn't get top 4 because of ourselves. We need to be our best friends. Against Crystal Palace, you ain't had the 2 good results, too tough. You ain't started last season well. Put it right, really and truly. Simple as that. So I hope we do a thing today, people. I'm optimistic. I'm going to be optimistic and say 3-1 Arsenal. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. Gabriel Jesus hat-trick / a brace. It'd be nice for Saka to get off the mark. If Smith Rowe is fit, you'd love for the Haylen boys. And obviously, that's his neck of the woods down South London. Eddie and Ketty are the same, bro. It sounds cliche. There's no easy games in the Premier League. So it is what it is, as a wise man once said. We just need to turn up, really. 38 cup finals. If you do that, we're in the top 4. Simple as that. As I keep saying, we personally need to maximize every single component that we have internally before we look at what Conte's on, what United and Ten Hag's on, if Chelsea are going to drop or go up a level, all these things. We need to be the best defensive side we can be, the best offensive side we can be. I know we finished 5th for clean sheets, but we did concede some cheap goals and we didn't hold on to leads. Half the time we're conceding on the edge of half time or at the end of the games. We're taking leads and we're looking like we're going to concede. We struggle to deal with away games. We didn't score enough goals, which in my 27 years as a spoiled Arsenal fan, that's criminal blood. I'm sorry, but that's criminal. These are things that need to be eradicated and improved upon. Everyone needs to remember that failure of top 4 and use it to drive them. There's competition, there's expectation. Edu, Arteta, the players, regardless, they haven't mixed their words. They've talked about trophies and top 4 and better in last year. The best talking is on the pitch. So go out there and do it. It's as simple as that. Smash the like button, people. One love to you lot tuned in. That's it. The time for talking's done. There's been money spent like last year, and we're not even done yet. We probably will spend a bit more than we did last year. Obviously, new contracts have been given, money's been spent. There's expectation. Pressure's a privilege. As much as I think we can be unfair to footballers, bro, you're playing professional football. You know, as long as you give fair criticisms and fair praise where you're playing professional football, you're not doing heart surgery. Pressure is a privilege. You're in this position because some of you are some of the best athletes within football, in world football. That's why you're playing Premier League. So relish that. Stand up to be counted. If you win, it's not that deep. If you lose, it's not that deep. And football means the world to me, but it's just a game of football. We need to pattern our headspace. And when we do that, we might be in decent stead, people. But yeah, man, you know, I think I've said everything I need to say in relation to Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, people. Let's make a timestamp. What are you lot saying? Let me scroll all the way up. I'm boying you lot, man. I'm boying you lot. Smash the like button. And as you probably saw, I've been spamming your YouTube alerts and things. Hella videos, man. So yeah, it is what it is, man. Morning. Come on, man. The goal 31 season, one goal wonder, man. One goal wonder. Wait 30 years. I have a next one for you. Good morning, DG. I think Vieira is going to pack the midfield and try to take advantage of Arsenal's weakness. Yes, you're probably not wrong. And to be fair, what would you expect, really? That's what you do. You know, based on last season, you remain tight, you remain compact. You suffocate Arsenal. They will get frustrated, and you know, in life, if you're doing a task and you get frustrated, you're gonna lose concentration and make mistakes. We know we play a high line. If I'm them, I'm trying to hit that high line. You know, do you want to get in a foot race with Zaha, Slot, Mateta? Anyone they put, you don't really. So it's the relationships among the field that's going to make the difference. You know, the communication between Saka and Ben White, assuming he plays right back. The communication between the centre mids, Partey and Xhaka, assuming how they link up with obviously the fullbacks first and foremost. How the centre halves, the goalie and the fullbacks control their defensive unit. Our first attacker is Ramsdale. We need to stop this thing we was doing last year of just hitting it into the channels for Saka. Pre-season, we saw hitting it into Saka, finding Martinelli. Jesus would make a bunch of runs. Odegaard's there, so there is a bit of variety. Odegaard and Jesus are our first defenders. They're probably the two best pressing players in our team. We all saw what Odegaard did. We all know what Jesus gives, so I'm keen to see that. Jesus and Zinchenko, I'm very wary of looking at them as the messiahs, because you can't expect two men to change the fortunes of a 22 to 25 man squad, but we're going to need them. You know, and reactions to setbacks. If we go into this game, we can see the goal. Keep your head. You play, you know, anyone that's played football, you telling me you never conceded a goal? Go again. When you score, we can be our own best friends. When you score, keep their headspace and switched on. If everything's going right in 20 minutes, we take the lead, we suffocate them, we silence the 12th man, all of that jazz. Go and get a second. Go and be ferocious. You know, if it's a boxing match or if you're in a fight, you keep hitting until that person don't hit back, or police or a ref comes. You don't keep doing it in it. Kill the opposition. We need to go to war, man. If I'm completely honest, shout out Vieira and Crystal Palace. You know, I think they're becoming everybody's favorite. You know, well, definitely where I wouldn't say favorite, but you got a soft spot for Palace even before Vieira. They're cool, man. It seems like a really good family club, and I can't lie. I don't know about now, and I've told you lot before. I went to Crystal Palace away a few years ago, and literally I got lucky because my seat is here. I don't know if they've changed it, but there's a giant metal pole. It's the person next to me that's blocking their view. I was thinking, damn, I wouldn't let that happen to me though. But yeah, it's a very small stadium. It's very close. The fans, them are rocking. You know how South Londoners stay already. They think they're special in that. I have to get the South London slander out very quickly, people. So it's put up or shut up, man. The chattings is long now. The chattings is done now. Like, it's long, bro. It's long. Like, there's nothing else to say, really. 54 likes. Let's keep running that up, people. We're making progress towards 200. Come on, appreciate you, my guy. Yes, DG, hope you're good on the way to the gym, but I'll tune in later. The great thing about YouTube and Twitch is it's there, man. Hope you have a good gym session, man. I think I'm going to head to the gym after this. I need to get a food as well, man. If I'm completely honest with you. Big up, Moita. I ain't seen you for a minute. Yes, DG, big up yourself. Season starts tonight. 4-1 win. You heard it here. Bro, I want that. I know a clean sheet's probably too much, but it'll be nice, man. And again, you've all seen, you can't just sit. I know you can say we got better, stronger team than this team. In theory, we should be beating them, but we all know it's very silly to just look at a team and think, yeah, we can win this, we can win that. But if you look at September for Arsenal Football Club, I wouldn't say it's kind, but you know, when you start, August, when you start looking at September and October, it starts getting a bit fugazi for us. Take advantage. You know, things happen, things go wrong. The beautiful thing of the Premier League is that. But come on now, man. Look at the start of the season. Listen, respectfully, Bournemouth and Crystal Palace away are not easy fixtures because of the away factor, and I'm a bit nervous. Arsenal versus Leicester again. Hopefully, Telemans is playing for the red and white versus the blue and white by then. But Palace away, Leicester at home, Bournemouth away, Fulham at home, Villa at home. You know, obviously you're playing Leno and Martinez back to back, so they're gonna try and get man of the match. But come on now, Leicester ain't signed the player. It looks like they're going through a transitional phase. Palace are sick, but just based on the terminology, they don't seem like they're as fit as us right now in pre-season. A bit like what we saw against Everton and Chelsea. I don't care about that. That's their problem. Make it count. Aston Villa, bro, they think we're them right, and they think us and West Ham, respectfully, them and they think they're all in the same club as Arsenal. Smash these youths. Fulham smashed these youths. Couple years ago, we was relying on Matt Turner and Eddie Nketiah, and Eddie weren't 30 them times. Win the games. Don't get too excited if you beat Palace. The job's not done. Get excited in May. You know, nothing is done until it's done. So, yeah, we need to try and get maximum points. Obviously, you have to factor in potentially a loss or a draw, but you need to be aiming for maximum points. Definitely starting the season better than we did. We lost our first 3 last year. Big up to everyone on Twitch. We watched the All or Nothing. Make sure that's not the case. Because, again, once you start creeping into September now, Old Trafford, I don't know what that's going to be on, really. You know, us and United go either way. They could have beaten us last year if they scored a penalty and things went their way. We could have beaten them at Old Trafford had we have held on to the lead, really, and not given away penalties. You need to show up for that. Arsenal, Everton, you need to win. Brentford, I want revenge. You know, we're getting into October, but listen, let's just deal with August. But you can see how fugazi it starts getting. You can see it. Look at the October period, how clustered these difficult games are, blood. You know. To close off September, you've got Brentford away, then the North London derby, then Liverpool, then Leeds away with Jesse March. And Leeds is a difficult ground to go to, no matter what results have been happening. City's a write-off. Southampton's a bogey team. Nottingham Forest, I want to beat them because they seem to have our number. Chelsea away in November. So again, blood, it's fugazi. Take advantage, because when you do take maximum points, if you give yourself the, not that you should take your foot off the gas, but if you take multiple points, you give yourself the luxury of maybe dropping points you shouldn't have. You give yourself a cushion to fall back on, sort of thing, a contingency plan. So let's hope we do a thing today, innit, people? But yeah, man, what's you lot's thoughts? Not just in relation to Crystal Palace, it could be transfers, it could be anything, man. As much as I like talking about football and I'm happy the Premier League's back, people, I got no chase, so I'll take a shot with you lot, people. That's a dickhead thing, man. Let me not make excuses. So yeah, the main point is having you lot here, man. It's like talking with my brethren, and it's a privilege, man, on Twitch and YouTube that you lot support the thing, man. You know, they said we're gonna get 50,000 by the end of by next year. We're definitely gonna do that before the year's done, innit? And I think I'm at 48 and some change, like 48 and a half. We'll get there. Twitch gang, we're scheduled to get, I think they also say February for 10K, but we're moving close. We're doing what we need to do. Nice, got a light up a thing for this. Hey, my guy. First season opener as a subscriber, not usually up this morning, but I got a B to support the G. I appreciate that, Jam Rock. Shout out my JA Tugs, man. You know, Independence Day soon. Landing that. You know, I can't lie to you lot, people. If you lot expecting a live stream tomorrow, you sadly mistake. Yeah, tomorrow you're sadly mistaken. DG have to step out, my guys. But anyways, big up you, DG, watching All or Nothing. Got a big up Earpod Albert, Carlos Quasar, and Steve Round. Exactly, man. Again, it's not just Arteta, it's not just Pep, it's not just Klopp. In fact, Liverpool's probably the best example because they got that other Pep brother. They had Michael Edwards, who's not a coach. It's a collective. You know, there's probably Joe Bloggs and Sally that if they walk past us on the street, we don't know, but they might have been as influential as Edu in dotting I's and crossing T's and getting transfers along the line. You know, the manager can't do everything. The manager's job is the collective, the majority, you know. We've got a lot of these development players. If I always give this example, if I'm on a think about it, people. I've got my 20. I rock into London Coley. We've all had you watch All or Nothing. We all have our breakfast. We're out on the training ground now. There's about 20 odd players. Yeah, we all know collectively what Arsenal need to improve. I might just say let's work on defending without the ball. Now we've got a young squad, right? You know, I might say, do you know what? Smith Rowe this, Saka that, Gab has just this. I might want to work with them. Now, if I come out of that training session and say, come to the side with me, Jesus, let's do some finishing drills or something like that, I am now giving less time to everyone else around the squad. This is why you need a coaching staff, you know. But at the same time, when you delegate your coaching staff, you know, they're going to obviously be occupied. And obviously, in terms of people management, they're your eyes and ears, bro. This is where, when you've got Odegaard as your trusted lieutenant, when you've got coaching staff that relate to the players, like you saw in All or Nothing with Tavares, they're your eyes and ears. It's how people react when the manager's not in the room. It's like being in school, blood. How many times teacher goes out there, strict teacher goes out the room, paper airplanes, people slapping each other, phones and crisps out, everybody doing foolishness. The minute they come in, oh, not me, I wasn't talking, I wasn't doing nothing, I want to go break, you know. It's them sort of things there. It's how people react when you're outside of this thing. So yeah, it is what it is in that regards, man. Great logic though. It's true. And this is why I like the All or Nothing, because you get to see that man are human, man are trying their best, and you get to see people that might not get the light. And to be honest, the culture staff probably don't even want the light. Technically, the quadruple is still on. Shout out my Antiguan tugs. Gabriel's this season. Let's go, man. Facts. Fans shouldn't get ahead of themselves. I get it. Pardon me. Football's an emotional game. In life, people can't control their emotions, and football always reflects that. Even me, I'm not perfect, but we have to keep a cool head. Big up DG. I can't believe this season back already. I must be dreaming. Let's go, Marcel. We got Gab position. No, you're my guy, but I see that you never walk alone. You get me? We're gonna score against you lot this year. No, Elise say we might do something, bro. I can't lie. We've bucked hella teams where they ain't had key players and we've been stressed. So let's just be chilled out, man. We got to keep the whole squad quiet, blood. You know, respectfully, Zaha, you're sick in that. And if you're a real Arsenal fan, play shit, but fuck Zaha, blood. You know, we're playing a team in Palace. Do we not expect their key player to be a danger, man? It's like playing West Ham. You don't expect Bowen to give you troubles. Or Liverpool, you don't expect Salah. This is it. We're not playing joke, man, week in, week out. Stand up to be counted. Fuck Zaha, blood. That's what Ben White should say. Bro, rattle him. Zaha could be easily rattled. Step on his heels, you know, whisper shit in his ear, pause. The guy's rattled, you know. Get on to him. All you got to do is say, yo, shit, you didn't make it at United. Start drawing him out, bro. You saw him. He wanted to try smack up Tanganga. Zaha's lit, but again, you can't, you know, you have to get in his head. Ben White loves a rattle man thing. Big up my guy, C. Hey, DG, hope you're well today, my guy. Always, man. I hope you and everyone else is smash the like button. Big up to you for all your efforts and quality you bring every day. I appreciate that, my guy, man. Thank you very much, man. Without you lot, this is nothing, man. Less say that, man. Ben White not getting cooked today. If Saliba is on it, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to get so, bro, this is the real welcome to the Prem for Saliba. As much as he's taking his chances in pre-season and them things there, I always say the real eye-opener for what football in this country was like is when you look at Brighton away for Lokonga and Tomiyasu. This is the real opener. I'm gassing it. I hope Selhurst Park and Palace aren't historically what they do to us and things. But yeah, man. Ben White at right back will have solid coverage with Saliba to his left. Looking forward to see that relationship develop. Amen. Saliba has to start today. I mean, if he doesn't start, there's no one else really, you know. Big up Holding, but if we're not doing the back three thing, it's not you, my guy, man. Looking for recommendations for Amsterdam going next week. I don't know nothing about that, but I heard they saw Cali there, man. Ben White failed his first game impression against Brentford. Saliba needs to show up, bro. It's not where you start, it's where you finish, bro. Do you know how much players have started their careers? You know, imagine Henry, imagine Bergkamp, imagine Fabio. His name's not Fabiano. What's his name at Liverpool now? Fabinho, he didn't really bang after 6 months. Naby Keita the same, bro. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. Look how when Ramsey came through the door at Arsenal. You know, Arsenal fans, some will lie to you. They hated the man. I didn't, because I wish I had videos. I told you, like he's 30. But when he started scoring goals and that, people loved him. And look how he left. Wenger come in as Wenger who? Look how he left. Regardless of what you have to say about, man. Salah, I'm sure, you know, I don't know for Liverpool fans, but I'm sure some fans were pessimistic on him. Oh, can he do it? I swear he's a Chelsea flop. When the man leaves Liverpool, what? People looked at Mane like he's dirt on shoes, if I'm honest. You know how much fans used to turn up their nose to Mane at Southampton when he had them bright yellow F50s. I don't think Arsenal fans, because we used to see him savage us all the time, really. But look how he's left Liverpool. I'm sure they can't talk high enough of him. It's not where you start, it's where you finish, man. What's all this Bellerin chat? Sounds as if TT, Vieira and Kieran Tierney are available, only Smith Rowe still out. I mean, if Tierney is fit, then I'll probably, you know what? I'll probably still play Zinchenko, you know. I can't, something just telling me he's on crud today. Fabio Vieira, you hope he can be on the bench. You know, Tomiyasu, I hope so. But these men have played little to no. If Tomiyasu is fit, somehow ready to play, then for me, right back every day of the week, innit? But they ain't really played a part in pre-season. So, and even the players that have, they're not fully fit. You're going to see, man, blowing on both teams, pause, after 60th minute and that. You know, you're only going to see players look finally, whatever, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games into this thing. You know, people always look at preseason as this fairy tale. You go off abroad for a couple of weeks. All the problems you saw last season are all eradicated. Shit don't work like that. It takes a lifetime to promote good habits and exit bad habits. You know, relate it to your life. Some of you are smokers. Some of you got gambling problems. Some of you got finances. Some of you got various vices, you know, where you need to install discipline. And look how long it's taken some of you to get over that. Relate it to football. Old habits die hard. You know, even the worst of players at Arsenal, I don't think man are failing, trying to do things on purpose. I ain't trying to hear Cedric, man. I'm not that optimistic. Big season for Arsenal or nothing. What's all this Bellerin chat? It's looking like they're going to tear up Bellerin's deal, really. No one's paying 20 million for Bellerin in 2022. I'd love to be wrong. Man said being ruthless, 5-1 Palace. I hope so. How's it going, DG? How excited are you for the match? I'm hella excited just to see my team play. In relation to Palace, I got a bit of PTSD. But it is what it is, man. I'm trying to air last season. Clean slate. Let's see what I've gone in it. So, yeah, man. I'm saying 2-1. You're saying 2-1. I'm saying 3-1, in it. But I don't know, man. I don't care how we win, how we score, just win, just get the 3 points. DG, what's the code for the FPL? Let me get that for you just for a second, my broski. Again, join the FPL thing, people. Leagues, DG Nation League. Invite people to join the league. The code is 69 freaky 6902HW. But if for some reason that shakes you, here's the auto link as well, people. Would you take a 0-0 if we manage to game and keep them out? No, we need to win, blood. I mean, if we're looking like we're gonna lose, obviously I'll take a draw over a loss, but nah, I want to win, bro. Obviously, there's 38 Premier League games. We shouldn't go doom and gloom if we don't win, but nah, bro. I want to win, especially because, as I said, forget what Arsenal's ambitions are for the season. Not forget last season, bro. We never turn up away games, really. Crystal Palace away, we were shook. I don't want us to be shook. I want to move to them. That's the one thing. I want us to be competitive. Arsenal's not guaranteed anything in this life. But if someone takes 3 points over our dead body, fair enough. You lot were the better men on the day, you know, on the coaching staff. It's too easy to beat us at times. It jars me. Hat-trick for Jesus, inshallah. We cannot allow Palace to smell blood from us by silly mistakes or any naivety. Play the game smart, capitalize on their mistakes and or errors. I hear that. War is coming. Come on, man. Shout out Tony, man. You're a tune, but you're calm, man. DG banned from South. I was in South yesterday, so yeah, that. 4-1 DG, I'm gassed. Let's go. Come on, you Gunners. How's everyone feeling? South girls are calm, man. I don't know for the South Dunnies, man. But yeah, I hope you're well stylish, man. South is lit, but you don't need to keep telling me. You lot are like Americans. Oh my God. Leave me alone, blood. South London was so important. Oh my God. 87 likes, people. Off to a good start, but it's not a great one. Great work as usual, DG. I can see a statement performance tonight from the Gunners. Saka and Martinelli on the score sheet with Jesus. By God's grace, man, I want to see Martinelli do a madness this season, man. My head is saying 3-1 Arsenal, but my heart is saying 2-1 Palace. I hear you. No game is easy in the Prem. It's the belly of the beast. Tell them again. Big up, DG. You already know what I'm saying. 3 points. Gunners for life, my friends. Matt Turner looking shaky, bro. He's not involved today, man. Shout out yourself, Benny. You're too kind. DG, one of the trillest. My little 21 months old baby girls always screaming DG when the intro comes on. Shout out that, you know, come on, man. Shout out the little kids, man. That's a blessing to be a father, man. You know, many more, man. Many more health and wealth to you and yours, man. Appreciate your support, my dude. This season looking like the revenge tour, by God's grace. Was that Ray and Neff? Oh, yeah, the headaches. It's only if you're not a veteran, bro. Only if you're not a veteran. You need to respect Ray and Neff. We have a good relationship. I shouldn't even be saying their name because they follow me on Instagram. I ain't seen no free, even a free bottle delivered to my yard, but it's calm. But you need to respect it. It's a two-way street. Don't let, you know, if you try to drink it, it's got to drink you. Humble. We have humble negotiations. But yeah, I feel we really need to smash some of those little teams to show them we ain't playing, by God's grace. Palace, Everton, City, Man United, Spurs. I'm looking at you, man. I hear that. Big up to DG. We need a proper performance today and show everyone that preseason wasn't a fluke. I mean, we always do bits in preseason, man. Nearly on 50k. You deserve it, bro. Khalid, appreciate that, man. Bro, it's only from the, well, I prefer Chaser, but the bottle thing, bro. If you lot saw how I carry on a rave, you lot might think I'm some alcoholic, blood. Richard Garlic Bread and them, man. He didn't deserve that, did he? Man management is highly underrated these days. Man management, improving the squad, you know, because they're not sexy stuff, bro. That's not sexy. Man don't want to read about how players have been. Obviously, if you do the pep thing, then yeah, but man don't want to read about how players have improved. Everyone just wants shiny new signings and them things, especially where the transfer market is open. But signings is half the job. If you don't know how if we look at it on the harsh thing, we know Jesus is lit. You know, we know Brazilian Messiah. He's got technical ability, pulls out to the left, pulls out to the right, can press well, you know, and tie in with ODEGAARD. Seems like he's fitting in off the field as well. But when you hear people speak about Jesus, they don't mention goals. How are you taking Jesus to the next level? Because in a nice way, he was obviously him, Zinchenko, Sterling, they all played their part for City for a number of years. But it's now time to obviously do the same for Arsenal, but make a statement in his own world. Be Gabriel Jesus in your own world. Define yourself. You know, you're going to play as a number 9. Jesus needs to recognize that and accept it, and I think he does. But there's no point if you're not going to... It's like Chelsea. You can sign Sterling, we can sign Jesus, but if you're not creating chances, the man, they're not going to score. If you don't know, I couldn't tell you Gabriel Jesus' weaknesses apart from goals, but Arteta has to. I don't want to hear anything about these players' strengths. Obviously, I do, but I don't want to hear about these players' strengths. I need to hear weaknesses because that's how we improve, man. Liverpool's away change rooms don't allow for huddles. Maybe that's why people struggle against them and Everton had bare space. Oh, no, man. The shirt's not here, bro. I can't lie. I'm onto it. It just says in progress. I'm getting a bit paro. But Arsenal... Bring my pink shirt. If you lot are trying to rob me, I'm going to go mad. I can't lie because it should have been dispatched by now. It's been 5 days. I'm going to allow you because this time last week, they came out. But yeah, man, it is what it is in that regards. I'm on to you lot. I want my pink shirt, bro. I really wanted to rock that today, but how the thing goes. Tavares is one of them guys that definitely struggles to retain information, though. How many coaches have to directly brief him one-on-one and the same mistakes are made? I hear that. Pepe as well. Dark hearts. Big up DG, thumb up. Like what Aguero said, Arsenal are going to be the surprise package. Their dark horse statue is going to be the surprise to anyone who underrated them. I can't lie. People can overrate, underrate, say we're going to do things, say we're not. I don't give a fuck about that. You know, I'll pardon my language. All that matters is what we're doing internally. Big up, Aguero, big up Gundogan. They're gassing us up. But, bro, I don't care about that. Let's just don't listen to the praise. Don't listen to the criticism. It's a siege mentality thing. Because, you look at start of the season, everyone was slagging off Arsenal. Midway through the season, people were moving like it's a shoe in Arsenal are going to get top 4. Then obviously Arsenal did, unfortunately, what they normally do and crumble. The same headlines were written. The same rope you climb up on is the same rope they hang you on. So everyone can have their opinions. Everyone can be as pessimistic and as optimistic as they want. I don't tell people what to think. I just tell people to think. But for me personally, I don't give a flying, pardon my language. In fact, Arteta was swearing. We live in football. I don't give a flying fuck what anyone says, bro. I don't care what other teams are doing. I don't care what they're saying because it's all internal. On the pitch, there's so many things we need to improve internally before we can look at what other men are doing or girls are doing if, football's all inclusive and that. So it is what it is. Palace thoughts. I want war this season. And to be honest, I will know Arsenal have improved when Pep stops praising us, bro. Ben Wizzy will be fine. Rodri, Cancelo, Mahrez all bugged out for at least 6 months before coming good. It happened. I hear that. Zinchenko over Tierney. I mean, Tierney's my guy and the other him, but I just feel Zinchenko today. Either one. But I just feel Zinchenko a bit like Jesus. They want to, be recognized in their own right. He wants to play. Is where it is. He's probably clearly fitter than Tierney at this moment in time. Final day of the work week, payday and start the season. Nothing like a good Friday. Come on, my guy. Shout all the 9-to-5ers, man. I think the great thing about Saliba is we don't have to rush Tommy back. He can come back only when fully fit. Half of them, bro. Don't bring man unless they're fully fit. Will we be in black kits today? I can't lie. I think it's pink, I think we're wearing the pink thing today. Don't quote me. I don't know. But yeah, man. No, DG, I disagree with starting Zinchenko if TT is fully fit. What? Zinchenko makes too much defensive mistakes, but he's okay. Cedric is trash. I hear that. By nature, Zinchenko is in a left back, despite the fact he's played there. But two very different sides there, my guy. Knife in the microwave shows intelligent brain patterns. Too long to explain, but my wife is raw. I don't know about that. People are going to get in trouble there. I don't know about that. Hey, DG, with Flores and Patino going out on loan, smash the like button, people, and Amari leaving for Chelsea, who do you think stands the best chance of having a breakout season from the youth team? So, I don't know, to be fair. A couple of the ones are going out on loan. You'd imagine Brook goes on loan. I don't know, man, but I couldn't answer that. I don't know. But at under 21s level, I am looking forward to seeing Kion Edwards, Mario Koza-Jubri, players of that ilk, you know, even James Sweet. I don't think he's a bit like respectfully, he's like a counterfeit Charlie Patino. And I think when Charlie, Amari, Flores, when all these guys stepped up to under 23s, now under 21s, the first year / second year scholars that weren't getting opportunities got to show what they're about, really. So yeah, I don't know, and I don't work for Arsenal, but I don't think there's a player I can look at and say right now, I'd say Brook Norton Coffey, if Cedric gets injured, you might get a bring in. I don't think he's technically ready, like literally technical wise ready to play Premier League football, but what do I know? Come on, we're back. DG, we need 3 players minimum, a centre mid, a striker, and a right back. I hear you. Doubt we'll ever see a nobody talk moment from Mikel Arteta unless he has more subtle version to break out. Nah, you definitely will, man. It's probably not everything was probably caught on numbers. There must have been times where he absolutely bollocked the players. I think Tavares was a stopgap before they went for a full-time replacement. Sometimes they ship the next week, which is sickening. Hear that? I'm feeling remake of the Brentford game last season. Less of that, man. Less of that. New season gifted sub. I hear that, and I know American Gooner's probably in the car. Oh shit, nice you. Shout out Jamrock for gifting out a community sub. You're moving mad. Shout out O as well for resubscribing for 3 months. Buzzing for the new season, DG. Hopefully our optimism doesn't take a beating tonight. But it shouldn't. Even if you lose. If you're optimistic, you know, I'm not saying anyone, but it's very fickle. If you're optimistic as hell, we lose one game, now you're pessimistic. You win the next, now you're excited. And we've won just one of the last 8 games. As I said, Dave, we spoke about that yesterday. They've got our number. Palace should be full of confidence. If I'm Arsenal, I should see that as, go put that right. I don't care about statistics and shit. Go out there and pull it right. You don't know what happened last season. You don't know what you want to do this season. Go and do the thing. The doc is making me respect Arteta a little more. I hear that. I don't give a fuck about that. Exactly. It means nothing. Play the game. Do your job. Game in, game out. AU as well. You know, AU... I think he only plays 2 Premier League games a season against us, and he turns up, man. I think you guys have a tough game against Palace coming up. I hope it's not, but anyone who's under the illusion that it's going to be easy is in for a sad surprise. And you act like it's a cup, as cliche as it is, act like a cup final. You know? Get big up G1, get onto them, man. 101 likes, 279 people in here. Get the likes to 200. Tell them again. Nah, Zinchenko does make mistakes, bro. He does. Like, he made a mistake in the Champions League for you lot. You know, every player makes mistakes. He's not, despite the fact he's always played there, bro, he does make mistakes. His strengths are more going forward. He doesn't, even in pre-season, doesn't necessarily, maybe because I'm a Sunday League fullback, doesn't stop the cross. He doesn't think like a defender. I'm not expecting him to, but what he can do is a great job there. What he can do is stick to his task. What he does do is give us another option there. Every player makes mistakes. I mean, we're chatting shit in that regards, man. He does get caught high up the field as well. I saw that at City. I'm happy with him. I think Arteta prefers Walters to Coffey as he's more similar to White and Tomiyasu on the right. Maybe, you know, and he's the one that went on tour, though Brook was obviously probably got given time off because he was playing with England at under-19s. Ben White's going to play right back for a significant part of the season. I think we'll leave a backup right back or potentially a starting quality right back to fight Tomiyasu until January/summer, really. Now we got this tonight. Have a feeling. Start strong, stand tall, then we'll see it out. Only Jamie Vardy has won more penalties against a single opponent in the Premier League than Zaha versus Chelsea. So they're getting a penalty today. Of course, Zinchenko's a better centre midfielder. That's him by trade. He's a centre midfielder. Credit to him. He saw an opportunity at City. He took that and he prolonged his sell-by date them sides and he became a good player. DG, what you saying about the midfield battle? Because our last 2 games against Palace, we're getting dominated there. Bro, South London, you said it. What can I say? If we've been getting dominated, you need to be a bit more rugged. Partey, Xhaka, ODEGAARD, you know, how we all defend is going to make the difference. You know, recovery as well. If everything's going right for us and we're going up their field and their half of the field and we've got a high line, we all know whether it's Zaha, AU, whoever, bro, they're icy freeze on the counter attack. It's long, innit? Don't get into that scenario. Playing thinking, football's about thinking. They don't have Gallagher, but I've seen my team lose when key players are not there and other players can step up, man. Really and truly. So again, it don't matter who's there, who's not there, who we got, who they ain't got, bro. Turn up to be counted, man. The beautiful thing about football is it's a very simple game, complicated by dickheads, man. But he's gonna have to be great 1v1, man. He's gonna have to, you know. He's going to have to, really. Simple as that. It don't matter. It is what it is. This is who we're maneuvering with. This is who we're going with. That there's not much more to say. You know, Ben White is probably playing right back. Hopefully Tomiyasu's there, but do you put a barely fit Tomiyasu there and let him get savaged, or pardon me, do you give man a chance? So we'll have to see, man. Off topic, but apparently Gabriel Jesus has become the most picked player in fantasy league history. He's in 75% of the squads. Crazy. Let's hope he lives up to that, because you're in my team as well. You are in my team, fellow. You lot are in top form as you normally are, people. Appreciative to you lot locked in across not only YouTube, but Twitch as well. Again, shameless, but make sure you're here for the watch along later. Zaha boss Cedric last time, so I'm happy with why. Who doesn't boss Cedric, bro? Man, are getting ripped by Nottingham Forest and Sunderland and them and there really. I have got FPL. I'll put it, go up. I'll pull it in the link. I'll drop it in a sec. Charles City recheck. What did you say, Carl? Good morning, DG. Morning back at you, Carl. Will you be surprised if Arteta starts Cedric and benches Saliba? Yeah, because Saliba's taking his chances. He's got a good relationship with Gabriel. I think Ben White's a better right back than Cedric. I hope Cedric does well, but I don't believe in Cedric. You know, a lot of the things Tavares had problems, but a lot of the things Tavares does, Cedric does. Gets caught high up the field. People fancy it against you. They look at you and think, I'm going to savage you. I don't really think Cedric's good at anything significantly when it comes to this top 6 upper echelon Premier League level, but it's not up to me. In the end of the day, Arsenal Football Club and their manager, I thought you're contracted until 2024. Go and prove me wrong. Simple as that. No Cedric slander. I'm a Cedric. I don't think that's slander. Listen, I'll back Cedric any game he plays, but fucking shit. Like, what? I think Holding shit, but that's my guy. Like, simple as that. I think El Nene is basic, but that's my guy. Like, can be honest. I hope so. I hope the Cedric that scores the occasional bangers there, man. But Nuno just don't think, and I hope he comes back learning to think. I can't stand footballers who don't think. Very overrated going forward at this moment in time. So let's see what going on, man. Hey, bro, Bimman thing, we need to poach Brighton's head of negotiations. I hear that, but they got banduled by Chelsea. They're not getting Levi Colwill permanently. They're getting him on loan, such as reports today. So, yeah, Chelsea are going to get a decent player there. Chelsea have actually just said they've got Cucurella now, basically, really. Yeah, they've actually, not that I care making this about Chelsea, but yeah, there's a picture of them FaceTiming Cucurella in the dressing room. Following reports from numerous media outlets this week, we can confirm an agreement has been reached with Brighton and Hove Albion for the signing of Marc Cucurella. So yeah, feel good time for Chelsea. You know, I think Azpilicueta signed a new 2-year deal. And actually, as you can see, Levi Colwill has joined Brighton on a season-long loan, you know, building on his experience at Huddersfield. But fuck all of that, I don't care about the youngsters, man. The whole team bossed us, bro. Midfield, defense, go, but they bossed us everywhere, blood. They bossed us everywhere. Man to a man, they all won their individual battles. That's what the mentality has to be. If you're a striker, think that you're going to savage the centre-backs. Centre-back, think your pocket in the strikers. Full-backs win your battles, and you get the point where I'm going. Just win your go into games trying to win your individual battle and hold yourself to the highest standard, and everything else, in theory, can take care of itself. Just don't let yourselves down. Again, there's no guarantees in life. There's no guarantees in football. Losing, drawing, all these things come with the territory. But one thing I can't accept with Arsenal, there's been too many games where I know you haven't. I can see in you lot's faces. Some players have hidden. Some players haven't left it. All I ask is you leave every flipping fibre in on that pitch. If we lose to the better men, then cool, innit? You lost, innit? We go again. We look at why we lost. But I know a lot last season, a lot of players couldn't sleep at night with a clear conscience because I know they couldn't do that. Well, naturally, I'm kind of shook of Palace PTSD, but it is what it is, man. Like, it's the Premier League. DG, what do you think about this Aubameyang to Chelsea thing? He's kind of quashed it, but I wouldn't, I couldn't begrudge him for turning it down, for not turning it down. Back to London, decent wages. Tommy Tuchel. I'm sure you probably still got your yard in London. You owe Arsenal nothing. I mean, you get a couple chances in a game, blood. You get a couple chances. We got savaged against Southampton. We had chances, and goals change games. DG, do you think Tomiyasu doesn't overlap as a right back? And I think he overlaps a fair amount. I just don't think he's that attacking sort of fullback, but I'm cool with it, man. You should be beating Palace. I can't lie. No shook business. Tell him again. There you have it. Big game today. Big game today. I'm trying to read two things at the same time. We need to give Saka help. I'm looking at ODEGAARD versus Palace last season. ODEGAARD got pressed out of the game. He normally plays in half right space. Got pressed the life out of him. So it was a straight 1v1 and Saka got put in a spliff. As I said, they won 420. What a number. They won their individual battles. We need to win ours. And again, react to setbacks. Even if everything's going well for 20 minutes and such is football, that they have one chance, go down the other end and score. Have that headspace. We're not City. But City was staring down the barrel of losing everything they worked for last season in terms of the league title when they were 2-0 down against Villa. Whatever you think about City or Villa, what happened at the end? You lot are smart enough to work it out. Yeah, man. We need to get all the points in August, big month. I agree. I agree, really. Who do you think was the better deal, Cucurella or Martinez? I don't know until I see them play, really. You know, I think if assuming you're talking about Man United's Martinez, left-sided centre-back, it's almost good cop, bad cop with him and Varane. Martinez is more the aggressor. Varane's more the calming influence. The passing metrics, all them things, you know, worked with Ten Hag. It all makes sense for Martinez. I don't buy the lack of hype BS. There will be games, obviously, someone bigger than him is going to make that an advantage, but I think he'll be all right. Cucurella, I think he fits Chelsea's system. Obviously, Ben Chilwell has problems with fitness, so they've got someone there. Obviously, you know, they've got someone that fits the back three. They've got someone that, like Reece James, they're quite up there for creating chances. So, yeah, I think they're both two good signings. And in relation to the better deal, I don't know. It's whatever team's doing the job, innit? Really. I don't know, man. Both bit like us. Both clubs probably paid a bit more than they would like to. But at the end of the day, if they do their job and you have success, nobody cares. You know, whether Van Dijk was, which clearly he is, whether he was worth however much they bought him for, it's not spoken about because the man's done his job. Liverpool have won trophies. You know, people talk about Lukaku, Pepe, and Ndombele, you know, Pogba, you know, at United, because it didn't work. Like, need to get points quick because of World Cup. I hear that. If ODEGAARD plays well against Palace today, then this season he's going to do a madness. DG, what are the 5 things you're looking at today from our team to get 3 points? Game management, because you're going to need that. I'd say, is there even 5? I'd say game management. I'd say bravery. Really, just game management, bravery. Yeah, just game management and bravery, really. And competitiveness. If you show all of that, and I can look at you regardless of the results saying you gave everything, then if we win, we're happy. If we lose, we see what went wrong in it. That's all I'm looking for, really, man. Do you think Jesus will start? Who else is going to start, man? So I don't think it's 5 things. Obviously, I'm hoping to see Ben White keeps up. I'm looking at the fullbacks. I'm looking for my centre mids to help out the fullbacks. I'm looking at the midfield battle. I'm looking at our high line. You know, are we going to be smart enough? I wouldn't want to get in a foot race with any of Palace's players. It's mad. Yo, DG, bit out of the Arsenal loop. Will Zinchenko lose minutes to Tierney when he returns or go into midfield? There's problems, you know. If Zinchenko plays to the way he can't be dropped, then that might be bad news for, I don't know, ODEGAARD, Xhaka, or Tierney. You know, we need these options. Where's that? Someone's been a twat. DG, what is your starting lineup for today? Bit like everyone's, really. Ramsdale, Ben White. I don't know for Tierney's fitness. I know Zinchenko is fit, so I'm going to say Zinchenko, Ben White at fullback, Saliba, Gabriel's the centre halves, Martin Odegaard in the 10, Xhaka and Partey behind him in the pivot, Martinelli off the left, Saka off the right, and it's pretty, you know, self-explanatory. Gabriel Jesus through the middle, man. They do need to be mentally strong. Everybody needs a big performance, man. Everyone's watching tonight. That should be enough to show the Prem how good we actually are. Forget the Prem, bro. Like, forget the Prem and showing the world, bro. Forget the world, because the world will turn on you and all these things. Just focus on yourselves, man. Focus on how poor the start of the season was last year. Focus on how Palace have lost only 1 in the last 8, like G1 put in there. Focus on away games. Away games is one. If you was to make Arteta loves drawing scribbles and shit. If you was to put a big scribble as to where our issues were, game management, man management, away games, you know, being able to cope when people, whether are not there, whether they're on the pitch but they're not performing, or you know, or they're injured. There's many things. Game management as well. Look at the amount of times we can see goals. Look at the timings we can see goals. It's self-explanatory. I feel like a broken record. We all know what's wrong with Arsenal. We've all seen it. We've all scrutinized it. Didn't they pay 55 million for Chilwell only to replace him a few seasons later? I mean, if you find someone better, I'm here for it. But if you find someone better, which I think Cucurella is over Chilwell, you're gonna begrudge a club not for. I hear the agenda and it's a Chelsea agenda, but we're gonna begrudge a club for not trying to improve. You know, I like Gabriel Jesus, but if there was a reality where some next Brazilian don with a good age profile is better than him, do get that done. What the fuck? DG, do you prefer the authentic or replica kit? Looking to pick up one today. What's the authentic? That's the one the players are wearing. Fuck that. Yeah, we're in the fan thing, bro. Drawing scribbles and shit you rate highly tactically. I mean, yeah, I rate Arteta tactically. Whether you're going to be the guy for Arsenal or not, you drawing scribbles makes sense. You know, I think he's got some innovative plans. I see what you try to do there, but come on, man. I like the Friday night games. I don't, but let's do a thing, man. Shout out, Mac. Big up, DG. Friday blessings to everyone. 3-1 win tonight. Jesus to bag 2. Hopefully, man. Big up, DG. Just reach. Work is moving mad. What you saying? Are you good? I'm good, my bro. I hope you're doing better, man. Entertaining conversation from you lot, man. Market is mess, but I think both teams have done good business. I mean, it's a premium, innit? Clubs abroad are going to zang Prem teams. Premier League teams are going to zang each other. Look at Cucurella, what? They signed him for about 15 million. Decent flip. Maguire to United, you know, we're 50 million for Ben White off the back of one Premier League full season. Everyone's going to zang everyone. Certain man paid 50 million for Sigurdsson, who's no longer there now. Big up DG, like usual, tuning in from Nairobi. Shout out the Kenyans. On a scale of 10, how nervous are you for tonight's game? 1. Ironically, I'm not nervous, and that's not because I think Palace won't cause problems. It's just like, it is what it is, man. We know the script now. Like, kind of is what it is. If we win, cool. If we lose, all right. Like, if we draw, we move forward. What shall be, man. You know, the past brings regret. The future brings uncertainty. There's no time like the present. Word to Arsene Wenger, innit? Like, it is what it is. Ironically, I'm not even nervous today. When the season's got, if this was October and that, but it's literally the first game of the season, really. So I don't really think there's any nerves per se. Well, I'll go on my G Arsenal cooking, man, tonight. Hopefully, bro. Hopefully. I hope so. Don't spam, please, people. Arteta during that heart and brain holding hands had me busting up. For some reason, my expectation exceeds nervousness. We're at a stage where we should be getting business done. I hear that, FA. I hear that. That's a cool comment. Where's that comment about Bennacer? I hope we don't sign Bennacer. It's going to be embarrassing if he fails. By that logic, we shouldn't sign a single player, bro. Don't care who they sign, apart from Liverpool. I believe we can beat any other team on our day. Arteta Press FC. I don't know. Anyone can beat anyone in this Prem, but it's for us, we need to show it. And again, our record against the top 6 is meaty, bro. You would have thought we beat City at the Emirates. And don't get twisted, there was a lot to like about the performance. But like, life is harsh, bro. Life don't matter if you're a good person or playing well. Did you get the result or not? We dropped points from a winning position. Again, I don't know about that. Let's go Palace stuff. Arsenal going to trash them tonight. I hope so. United and Chelsea United to lose to Brighton and Everton. I hope so. I hope so. I hope the Ops lose every game, really and truly, as they hope for us. Let's get the likes up to 200 people and subscribe. Road to 50,000. Also follow on Twitch. Big up South London's finest. My guy, appreciate that. Really do. Where are we at in terms of likes? You know what? 139 likes. Keep running that up. What I do want to do, though, I haven't seen, I was about to say Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta's press conference, people. And I would like to see that. Plus, I don't care about that on our day shit, man. Like, we need more days in it. On our day, we can. Football's a funny game. 2 of our best results of the season against Crystal Palace and United, regardless what happened in the game, going into the games, you couldn't see us doing that without Partey, Tierney, and obviously Tomiyasu. Sometimes we've lost games we're supposed to win with all of them, so can't really read too much into them things there. But I want to see Mikel Arteta's press conference and what he has or hasn't said, people. So I'm going to look at that now, man. London is blue. Wow. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Trolling's going wrong, my guy. London can be blue, red, whatever it wants. I don't know you. You don't know me. I always say I don't tell you what to think. Just think. If that's what you feel, do your thing, my guy. All right. Anyways, moving away from that. Patrick Vieira said, I think they're in a better place than last year. The new players they've brought in, they are much stronger. They have the squad to challenge and be closer to the title. Thanks for gassing us up, but chill out a bit there, bro. Mikel Arteta on Palace, injuries, transfers, and more people. On how different this game is to last season's, well, it is different. Obviously, everything that happened before that game was pretty strange and unique. Lol. The preparation, the preseason that we had, it was a different context. We are really excited, and Arteta makes a big song and dance about preseason. You've had, by Arsenal standards, an excellent one. I don't want to hear excuses. This ain't me trying to catch you out. This is, if you say things, I have to hold you account. We are really excited. We are really looking forward to the new season. We will try to start in the best possible way, and this is how we have focused our preparation. Hit the like button, people. On whether it feels like his team now, it's always been my team because these are our players, and always we have had the intention to get the best out of them. It's true that obviously we have trimmed the squad and changed the squad massively in the last 2 windows, especially, and you feel that now players we have are more specific and better for the way we want to play. Basically, that's true. On the expectations of Jesus, when you bring top players, they are coming from top clubs. They have been extremely successful over the years. They are going to expect that. The role that Gabby has here is going to be very different to the role that he had at his previous club. Yeah, you're the guy now. You know, you look around that city, you got Kevin, you got all these guys. You are the guy, sort of thing. That needs some adaptation and some time. He's done fantastically well, and he's an enormous talent, a player with mentality that is so contagious, and he's going to give us a lot, but it's a team contribution at the end of the day. On Palace, they showed last season how tough they are and how difficult they are to beat and how consistent they are at home as well. I think they've only they actually, I can't remember it, but I saw a statistic that they've conceded one goal at home or something like that. They've got a very good clean sheet record at home as well. So we couldn't break down low blocks or defensively switched on units. Now's your chance to now's a chance to move in the right direction, people. They had the result against us, and hopefully we learned a lot of lessons that day, especially the 30 minutes we had where we were nowhere near the standards that we needed, and we paid the price for it. On the excitement for the new season and new signings, I think we're all enthusiastic. We had the preseason that we all wanted. It was well organized. We had good results, good performances, good preparation. But now the ball starts to roll tomorrow evening in a completely different context against a Premier League team, and we know what to expect there. But it's true, we are with a level of energy and ambition to have a successful season, pardon me, and we have to show that on the pitch tomorrow night. When asked on whether there'll be new signings incoming, we are really active, as you can see, with incomings and outgoings. Everything is still open. It's a long window. A lot has happened. It's incredible how much business the clubs have done across the Premier League, and it shows how competitive it is. And this season is not going to stop that. Players are going to have the need to leave, some others to move on. Everything is still open. I feel like we've seen that already. On whether All or Nothing documentary release was a distraction, I can't lie. That is completely irrelevant from the game. So we've spoken about that. I've done my review. Go and check that out. I'm airing that. On injured players, 3 out of the 4 of those players in brackets, Tomiyasu, Smith Rowe, Tini, and Vieira, are going to be training this afternoon, which was yesterday. And if everything goes well, they'll be available for selection and in the squad. Hopefully, we can start to recover because they've been missing a lot of minutes and time in pre-season. They're really important players for us. I'm not going to waste time talking about the neating in the Prem. On the expectation around the club, it's great that people are excited, but there's a big excitement across the Premier League because a lot of clubs have done a lot of business, getting stronger and stronger. The competition is really big. We focus on what we can do, what we want to do, and we want to be at the top of the table. On the increased pressure on him as a manager, pressure is a privilege. You're a football manager. This is a once in a. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of scrutiny. There's a lot of fans can be a bit harsh, but pressure is a privilege. You know, you need to remember this is a job that, as much as it's that, this is a job that anyone would give their left arm and more for. To be one of these players is a privilege. You lose as much as it means the world, and I'm not trying to be blasé. You win a game, so what? You lose a game, so what? Get on with it the next day. Watching the pressure that I had last year after one game, I don't think it's going to be bigger than that. At the end of the day, people don't want to look at the context. They just look at the result. To a degree, you're right, but to a degree, that's all that matters is the result, blood. All that matters is the result in life and how we started. We're going to be judged on whether we win football matches or not. It's as simple as that. Football's a results-driven business. As you all know, Martin Odegaard has become the captain, people. This season, we had the opportunity to do it in the way that I believe could work. Martin has been with us for 18 months and in my opinion is a player who represents the values of this football club in a perfect way. He's well respected by everyone around the team. He's admired by all the staff. He has experience even though he's 23. He has done it for the national team. He has a passion about the game that he promotes every single day around the club and the way he plays. So I'm really happy to have someone like him and he's on board. He's enjoying that responsibility and we need to support, but for sure it's a huge thing for him. I think Odegaard's a bad boy footballer for us. I'd said it then and I can't lie. Every now and again I'm proving right about a couple of things. Told you about Pepe, Tavares and Lacazette. Told you Odegaard would be 30 for us. Do you want to see him turn up in away games a bit more? Do you want to see him put his stamp on the team a bit more? Do you think he goes hiding in away games? I think he got 7 goals in the Premier League. I definitely think you're someone I'm looking at 10 goals, 10 assists minimum. I do think you could be an even greater creative hub for the team. And I do see him sooner rather than later moving into that 8 position and maybe sacrificing the link-up play with Saka and that, but giving the team greater impetus. And I do, he's a good presser as well, off the ball as well. So there's so much to like about Odegaard, but there's so much responsibility. There's expectation on you. There's expectation on the club. There's expectation on Arteta. People have been given captaincies. Pre-season has been perfect. Arteta makes a big song and dance. New contracts have been given. We missed out on top 4. It's a results-driven business. You can't have the sunshine and not the rain. We know sometimes, we all know there's vested agendas with Arsenal. There's positive, toxic, where people are just not being truthful. There's people that misery loves company. And, with every win, there's going to be that. With every loss, there's going to be that. But many people don't have the mental capacity to consider all the variables. You lot can because you're hearing it. But it is what it is, people. So it is what it is. Of course, there's still a leadership group. I mean, big up Arteta for overcoming heart surgery and stuff, but it's not relevant to this, people. It's the most excited he's been since he's been here. You try every day to be more excited and love your players more and feel more privileged of where you are. The more things you do that are related to the way you feel and you share that feeling with the club like we do, then it comes to a common thing. At the end, it's not about me. It's about how we all feel about what we're doing. We all feel an integral part of it, especially our supporters. When we do that, I always say it becomes very, very powerful. That's true. On when he asked Guardiola to sign Jesus and Zinchenko, I cannot say how it was, but I can tell you that this works both ways and both parties have to be happy to do that. He was telling me that it was 2 phenomenal people that he was losing. I know him and I know how privileged we are to have them, and I'm really happy. On Bellerin and Leno, people, obviously he's bigged up Leno for his professionalism. I don't think he said anything that relates to Bellerin there. And to be honest, I don't really care about one away players. On setting a red card target, Brazy, yeah, we had way too many of them. I told you last time that it's better not to talk about it. Unless we talk about it, the better it comes. So hopefully we can achieve that. On Tierney and Tomiyasu injuries, hopefully not in terms of long term. The reason they got those persistent injuries are for different reasons. Probably because we played them when they're barely fit and they're both sick notes, really. As much as I love both of them, big fan of Tomiyasu. Don't need to tell you how much I love Tierney, really, innit? Probably because the squad didn't enable them to recover, and we don't play them when it was necessary, and it was too tired, and they weren't fully recovered. So sometimes we had to rush them. It was a combination of things with those 2 players. They're so pushy and willing to contribute with the team. We know that with those 2 fit and performing at their best, we are much stronger as a team. Fair enough. What's all of this, people? We scored 26 goals in pre-season. We lost 3-0 in April to Palace, people. We hope it's a different one, really and truly. As you know, they've signed Decore, who's done well at Lens. They brought in Malcolm Ebowe as well, former Arsenal man. Would love to, I'd love to win 3-1 and Malcolm to come and score their goal, people. Former Arsenal lad. Lovely to see him. He's not in the first team, but Luke Plange, you couldn't buy a game at youth level for Arsenal, went to Derby and has been sold to Palace as well. Chris Richards, half of them Rock Nation youths are shit. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Palace haven't had a good pre-season, so this is why you can't read too much, really and truly. There, it was a bare academy kids that played against United, and obviously it's been tricky with vaccination statuses and all of those sort of things, people. So yeah, man. Palace, Arteta said they showed us last season how tough they are, how difficult they are to beat, and how consistent they are at home as well, especially against the big teams when they got some great results. Then they had that result against us, and hopefully we learned a lot of lessons that day, especially the 30 minutes that we had where we were nowhere near the standards that we needed, and we paid the price for it. Vieira on us has said they had really good games during pre-season. I think they're in a better place than last year. The new players they brought in, they are much stronger. They have a squad to challenge and be closer to the title. We know that it's going to be challenging, but I believe that we have the tools to make it difficult for them, to make it challenging for them. Last year at home, with the support that we had some really good matches, and it'll be important to keep it that way. I hear that, really. So apparently Palace will be without Elise, MacArthur. They only have Guita to call upon. Sam Johnson struggling, as well as Jack Butland. Right, they got Sam Johnson and Butland. Guita should be third choice. Apparently Tompkins could miss out as well. Obviously, they've got their own reason to want to savage us, because they're looking to win consecutive league games against us for the first time in their history. They ended the campaign unbeaten in 6 home league games, drawing 3 and winning 3, keeping a clean sheet in each of their last 5. They last had a longer home unbeaten run in the top flight between March and August 1992. So that's 3 years before I was born. They've never kept 6 consecutive home clean sheets in the division. None of our last 17 Premier League games has ended in a draw, which could show you that it's literally all or nothing. We've lost 6 and won 11. Only once have we had a longer run, which was in 2018. This is the 3rd consecutive season we are starting our Premier League campaign with a London derby. We beat Fulham in 2020-21. We obviously lost to Brentford last year. Palace have won their opening top flight league game in only 5 of their last previous 22 seasons, although they have won 2 of their last 4 people. Brazy. Gabriel Jesus has been involved in 7 goals in his last 7 league games. Hopefully he does that, and he could extend our record of having the most Brazilian goal scorers in the Premier League history, which currently stands at 11. Pussy old refs, not really with that. We have struggled. We've only won once at Palace from 4 victories. And if you remember, if this is the game Pepe second, you know how Pepe used to be the guy second half of the season. It was filled with drama. We got savage last year. So hopefully we do a thing. Shout out my guy Adrian Clark. It's always lovely to do the end of the season reviews with him, man. Very busy, man. Doesn't have to give up his time to be on my channel. I appreciate that, man. What have you said? What's all of this sort of stuff? Arteta shares fans' excitement. Oh, we've seen this already. We saw this already. Everything we've seen. What's this? Because what's been said on Vieira? Oh, we've seen that. What's Odegaard said about the captaincy thing? All right, this is long, bro. Obviously, I'm not going to read him trying to convince Haaland to join us on what he took from the last 2 meetings with Palace. I think we learned a lot. I think that's what it looks. That's what it's like playing in the Premier League. Every game is tough. Every game is a little bit different. And you have to be able to adapt to the game and be able to play football in different ways. You have to earn your right to play on the pitch. We're going to be ready for that. I hope so. Listen, they're missing Gallagher. I don't want to talk about players that have nothing to do with Palace at this moment in time. It's very disrespectful. If I was Crystal Palace, I would see, you know what, fuck Conor Gallagher. I want the fans, whether that's the core, whoever, to know that I'm better than him or I'm 30. So we'll have to see. We all know preseason form was good, and hopefully we pick up. I'm not going to read that. On whether top 4 is the target. Yes, of course, it's a big thing for us. It was last year as well. Towards the end, we had it in our hands and then we lost it. That was a hard one for us. Everyone was really disappointed and frustrated with how we ended the season. I think you will see a hungry and ready Arsenal team to come back and do it this year. That's where the club should be, and that's the goal. I hope so. When speaking about winning mentality in the dressing room, I think it's important. It's always an area to improve for everyone. You can always be better in that way. As I said, they have that experience, and hopefully they can share with us what it takes to win in this country. That's where we want to be as a team, to fight for trophies, titles, be at the top. That's where the club should be. That's where we want to get to, people. So, yeah, obviously he's previously spoken on, and everyone has spoken on, Gabriel, Jesus and Zinchenko settling in, and obviously Saliba into that mix now as well. On feeling pressure, I don't feel any special pressure with it. Obviously, there's a little bit more responsibility in relation to the captaincy, but I think I will do a lot of the same things. I always try to do my best for the team. I'm not going to change too much just because it's a permanent thing now. I will do the same things. And obviously, when he wants me to be the captain, I've done something right. So keep going in that direction. Maybe learn and grow a bit with time, but I have to do it in my way. That's what I will try to do. I enjoy the responsibility, and hopefully I can do it in a good way. Big up you. Obviously he said it's a big honor of being captain and all of those sort of things. Shout out Martin Odegaard. Saliba reaping benefits of Marseille loan. Careful, everyone in their nan, was very critical on, he can't go on loan, blah, blah, blah. 176 likes there, people. Keep running that up, people. What has he said? I'm really happy with how he's adapted. Obviously, it's always something that you have to see. Spending a year away from here in a completely different league, but playing the amount of minutes that he played and the way you could see he was growing and developing, he's gave us a lot of reasons that he could be the player we need. In the last few weeks, he's given us every reason to believe that he's made the right decision loaning him for a year, because he now looks ready to go. Careful, people were chatting shit. Going all the way. In our opinion, it's not just my opinion, he needed that exposure, true, and a healthy place of making mistakes and not necessarily being dropped. You don't see players at 18, 19 years of age playing at the highest level at top clubs. It just doesn't happen unless you're the Pedris, the Fodens, the Sakas, and these sort of Dons, Hudson-Odoi, lol, and these sort of things. We as a club a few years ago made a big investment because we believed he could be a player who could make a significant impact in our team. And he's at 21, while he's significantly more confident, experienced. He's not the finished article. No one that in the defense is, which is true. And we believe, a player who can make a significant impact in our team. We believe, again, that the best way to do it is to give him a pathway that we couldn't give him here, especially because we didn't have Europe, so he wouldn't play so many minutes or very few minutes. And we also spent 50 million on Ben White. Now we have a very different context, and hopefully that will prove that for him and for the club, it is in the right direction. He said, we don't know, because maybe he would have picked up an injury. Maybe he wouldn't play. Maybe we could have sent him on loan and it didn't work. He could have picked up an injury like he did in the first loan that we had. That's football. It's so complicated. But we believed, and he believed, that was the right thing to do. And we worked together, and that was the most important thing. Now we are together and the relationship continues. So, yeah, sign that new deal, my broski. Not just you, Martinelli, and them and there as well. And yeah, is what it is. Mikel Arteta confident, ready to go to a new level with signings. We are ready to go to a different level, and I am convinced of that. What the other teams are doing is so obvious. Others had already had a much stronger squad than we had. They still recruited 4 or 5, or some of them 7 players. This is not going to get any easier, so we can just focus on what we are trying to do, what we can do, because we cannot do everything at the same time. We are confident that we are going to be able to do it. Yes, and that was the aim. Those players have been inspired by top players, top professionals, ruthless winners for many years, and they were looking at them. Now it's their turn to do the same and inspire those younger players that we have in our squad to do the same, to show them what it takes to win and the level of detail, hunger, and dedication that you need to keep winning. Fair enough, man. That's the same comments in relation to Saliba. So, yeah, man. Patrick Vieira said they're still short of numbers as well, people, so that could be beneficial. As a manager, you always want more. So far, I've been really happy with the numbers we've managed to bring in. Obviously, we are short on numbers, but we still have a few weeks until the end of the market. We had a really good season, and what was important for us and for me as a manager is to try to keep that stability. Where is that? Where have I gone now? I've lost myself. That stability that will help us to grow as a team and try to improve the squad. A couple of players came in, and that will give us more challenges, because what we want is for players to make it really difficult for me to choose the starting 11. Squad-wise, we're a little bit short, but like I said earlier on, I believe that we can be even more competitive than we was last year. And as you know, Vieira took 4 points off us last year, people. It will be a completely different game with the new players they have in the squad. They are a better team. They had really good games during pre-season. We know that's going to be difficult, challenging, but I believe we have the tools to make it difficult for them, people. 187, you lot are flirting with transfer news, people. So yeah, keep it going. But yeah, that was a long one. But that's that, in it, people, in relation to Mikel Arteta and goal. ODEGAARD on captaincy to a press conference. Reaction, shout out to you lot, people. That's that. Yeah, 400 people watching, need 300 likes. Come on, people, I hear that. Saka, Martinelli will all get 100 bags each. Good job. We are lowering the wage bill to soak up this needed expense. I hear that. You should set up a Deluded FPL league. Respectfully, it's like people don't listen. I have that, bro. There's the link. There's the code. I've already got something pinned to the pin message, but there you have it, people. There's that. Better late than never. Last season, we were carded a lot. I hope the discipline is sorted. I hear that. I can't lie. It's half scarf settings for me. Don't be one of them. Shout out Palace, though. I get it, Ian Wright, Derby and things, but don't be one of them, man. Don't be one of them, man. Would you buy Auer and load him out if we get Telemans? Auer's a big man, He's in his mid-20s. Big man for that loading out stuff. Nah, bro, you have to stay. Yeah, I have seen that Tierney interview, man. We kind of reacted to it yesterday. Big bollocks from Tierney and Cole and anyone who speaks about mental health, man or woman, especially I would say men. And for my reality, not saying men in general, men suffer in silence quite a lot, and men that have gone army, today's society, social pressures and stuff. But speaking for my own reality, I would say if you was to look at men, I think young black men or black men in general are less likely to go therapy and talk about their problems and stuff than an Indian man or a white man or any other domination. So anyone that talks, especially athletes where it's high testosterone environments, it's lovely to see, man. Speaking don't make you any less of a man. So I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know it's easier said than done. But chat people. Even if you have to chat to yourself, I chat to myself all the time. I might sound crazy shit. I probably am, man. Chasing your goals will make you that. When's the transfer deadline? Isn't it the 1st of September? I could be wrong. But isn't it that? What's your score prediction? 3-1, man. DG, I'm still waiting for that 30 midfielder. You and me as well, bro. We are still a Partey injury away from problem beginning. We're going to have to play. If Partey gets injured, we're going to have to play a completely different way unless El Nene or Lokonga steps in. It's going to have to be full-time Wenger ball in. It is what it is. Saliba was getting bigged up by Arteta in the press conference. You're right. And he's taking his chances. You know, you've been given a platform, take them. There is going to be bad games. He is going to have shaky games. He is still learning at 21. Look at him during the February period in Marseille. But what he has returned is a French international, won a couple of individual awards, you know, and more confident, a more experienced one. And at 21, you know, him, Ben White, Gabriel, they're still going to do dumb shit. I keep saying it. There are going to be many great games. There's going to be games where they're not marking or they've switched off from set pieces. That's actually something I think Saliba needs to improve at. You know, Saka had a good season in terms of goal scoring. There was many a chance where he should have scored. I look at Southampton, not just in Martinelli as well. Martinelli, you know, scored 6 goals, could do a lot better, but he done well last year. He missed an open goal against City. You know, young strikers are going to miss. Eddie as well. Jesus potentially who's 25 and you got a bit more expectation on him. But you have to, when you're doing this youngster thing, I'm not using it as an excuse. And by damn, we've made our bed, we have to lie in it. That's something you have to factor in, that these guys are going to go through good and bad moments of form. And sometimes just do some stupid shit that's unexplainable. Tavares the same. Happy he's over in France making them mistakes there. Big up Tavares. We have a chance to get the best start to a season in a long time. Shout out TP. What a name. Look at our first 5 fixtures. Palace is the most tricky one for me. I just want us to get to the United game with points in the bag. Amen. Shout out Kevin. Yo, DG, bless up to you and the whole Gunners Nation. May we have the blessed season we're predicting. Amen, man. Amen. Amen. Amen, my bro. I don't know why I gave Hudson-Odoi that stray. He doesn't deserve that, blood. Hudson-Odoi, if you're watching, come jump on this interview thing, man. I ain't done an interview in a while, man. Does Gabriel start centre half tonight, DG? Who else you got in mind, my guy? Should add a command for FPL. Where's Tito or somewhere? Where's my analytical done, man? How did you get started as an analyst? I'm looking to start as well one day. I don't know. I'm not an analyst. I'm not there, bro. DG, those Saliba comments are nonsense. He showed he was decent on loan for 2 years. Nah, I don't think they're nonsense. I've always maintained with the joke dons that were here, Saliba could have got chances, but I did think all variables made sense. There was every logic with sending him out on loan. I would have loved for him to go Prem. He didn't want it. There's every logic. I think he could have stayed here and developed. I do hear where you're coming from. But yeah, man, you know, Nice, back to St. Etienne, Marseille, he's done his thing, really. He's still only 21, though. Are you going to do top 4 predictions? I don't know about that, man. Kanzinchenko standing for part. Bro, if you're not going to bring in El Nene or Lokonga, who even Lokonga's you was at 8 in preseason, so really El Nene, you just got to, and Teleman's not there, you just got to switch up the way we're playing, innit? We just got to try to do the passing thing. Side questions, DG. Shout all the members of the channel, people. Appreciate that. But have you heard the Leeds owner speaking on the Rafinha deal? Very interesting. Yeah, I saw them on the Athletic, but it's so long, man. You know, he said himself, we made the deal with Chelsea because the player wanted to go, and he was open to listening to offers from other Premier League clubs. But unfortunately, Chelsea was his favourable option in the Champions League. Spurs could offer it them. They ain't got the juice. You know, we'll never know how close he wasn't going to Arsenal. But unfortunately, let's say Barcelona's influences convinced the player to wait until they found the solution. This shows again the power and leverage players and their agents have in the system, which for me is exaggerated too much. No, it's not. No, it's not. If anything, I prefer the players. The players are the product. Clubs have too much power. Clubs do fuckery, especially with young players. There's a certain young player at a certain London club who is not going out on loan. He's already bossed under 23s football. He is not going out on loan until he signs a new deal. They are saying you are not going out on loan until you sign a new deal. Forget all of that. If anything, the players should have the power. Half the time, bro, I'd rather some you record Rafinha who's come from humble beginnings than all these money men that own clubs and got a nice little villa in Barbados and all these things. Forget all of that. You know, clubs don't give a crap about these players, bro. Forget all of that. I'd rather the players have it. I don't know about that, but he said, which for me is exaggerated too much. We do a lot of investment to build clubs. We invest hundreds of millions, but all the power, it seems to be with agents and reps of these players. Because if it was just with you lot, you wouldn't pay these players what they're worth, and you would have these players doing BS. Do I think players can do too much? Agents can do too much. Clubs can do too much. Everybody's got dirty hands saying, look at the other ones. It's not making sense. There's no honor among thieves. All you lot are thieves. The only ones that bear the brunt of it are the fans because of the emotional leverage. But yeah, that's what he said, man. And then he did kind of speak about why Rafinha went and all of these sort of things, people, and all of that. But, you know, we all knew he was going to cut out from Leeds. So, gives a crap about that, man. It is what it is, really. Big up you lot, man. Senji Zonda. I mean, he was playing at Marseille, but nah, man. I work in private practice in the mental health profession, DG. Well said, stigma and cultural influences hold many men back from seeking help. Bro, I've seen it, bro. I've seen many, like my own mental health and that as well, but I've seen it, bro. There's many different, there's people that are the most jokey, but they're fighting battles behind closed doors. There's people that just need help. I do think you do need to, there's a degree of you need to pull yourself out of it as someone from experience. You know, in my experience as well, like, half of these madmen and all these, if you know what I'm talking about, you know, half of these madmen and dons that are 30 and things, bro, going behind closed doors, they're breaking down, they're mentally fragile and things like that, you know. I've beat a couple of their baby moms, so I know that I shouldn't be putting a spinny joke around it, but yeah, man, you know, a lot of I've seen man that are wham can push 200 on the chest, but they can't, bro. You put them in a room alone, they're breaking, and that doesn't make them weak. It's, bro, life fucks you up, man. If life ain't fucked you up, you ain't live life. And I wish it didn't. DG have a villa in Barbados or Jamaica. Oh, yeah, come on, man. Granddad, I know you're watching above. RIP, man. And you know, man, I'm proud of the Bayesian thing. And it's probably a lot safer. Oh, man, got to do the Jamaican thing. Still, I need that in Jamaica, bro. Wherever Usain Bolt lives, bro, I ain't living in the hood, bro. If Palace wins Arsenal at Ish, I hear that. Great logic. Big up you, Sheldon, man. Tellerman's off. Where's that? Don't annoy me. Right, do you know what? If you don't sign Tellerman's, in theory, I don't care, innit? As much as I want him. Just don't let the window end and say, oh, we tried to do this. I don't care for I care about results, blood. Only care about results anymore now, man. I can't lie. There's no we tried, but if I try, if any other walk of life, if I try and I don't get results, I might get the sack still. So by all means, if that's what you want to do, fair enough. But just make sure things are patterned in it. I don't want excuses. I want solutions at this football club. Let the fans cut them excuses and shit, man. Pardon me. Torreira, oh, he's only 5 foot high. Throw him in the sky. Fuck off from my club. Sorry, people, man. I should really be professional, but the emotion just came out. I love Torreira, but his face just jars me now, man. It's crazy how you can get this way. Like, you're jarring me, man. Just bust out, bro. Tired of you and your chatty agent, bro. Empty barrels really do make the most noise, innit, people, in this life. Crazy. So that's that. Cut that. Where's the get to 200 likes, people, because tab police are gonna be onto me, boy. Leave that one there. I think we're actually all set. Love for the super chat, my guy. Love for that, my guy. Love for your support in general. You're here every day, man. I know we banter. I know, you know, you like Marie and that. You think Marie's good. It's cool, Jay. It's really cool. You know, you're a cool guy, man. Everyone's got their own issues. You know, sorry, DG. I came to Arsenal because of Righty after following Palace from 1990. So split loyalties here. Allow me, bro. Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. I hear it, man. I hear it. Hi, DG. I love your analysis. Arsenal is going to mess Crystal by 6-0, bro. That's my prediction. I hope so, bro. I love it. I don't quite think so, but I hope so, bro. I hope so. Bro, the guy loves crying, bro. If Terrell was my kid, I'd say stop crying if I give you something to cry about. I just provoked PTSD in myself, and I know a couple of you just got that as well. Crazy. Shout out footy chats, man. Big up DG in the nation. Hope you're all good. I'm ready for tonight's festivities. Surprised I was able to pronounce that word. Hopefully we get the win, going 3-1 Arsenal. The same thing I'm going with, man. If anyone here is struggling with mental health issues, and wellness issues, I urge you to invest in yourself. Seek out others who have the same heart and mind for mutual support and get professional help. I hear that, and that's true, man. But I would say there's an element of, for me, you have to pull yourself out of it. I'd say you have to accept your situation. You have to accept where you are. I would say to a slight degree, it all depends in it, because I'm very harsh to myself. Like, I told myself, stop feeling sorry for yourself, bro. Like, what are you feeling sorry for yourself? Get up and go and get it. So it's brazy, mum. It's brazy. Someone said 204 likes. Thank you for... Someone sent me the memo. Someone switched on. 210 likes. Let's go, people. Forgive me for a sec, people. Because you know me, I love a timestamp. And I hope you lot check out your descriptions and whatnot. And I hope you all set your reminders for 7 p.m. because we're playing at 8. Well, I would have preferred to have played on Saturday. But in fact, no, I wouldn't. I got things to do. But what's the minute? 1, 2, 5, 5, 2. Transfer news. Big up you lot, people. Let's start getting into it, innit? Really? Where should we start? We can air that. That's just a backup Twitter account. Big up you lot, man. Big up you lot. What was we doing? Almost lost it. Yeah, done though. Keep running it up, man. I hope we win 5-0. Shout out, Danny. You know, man said, afternoon, DG, back on the home office vibe so I can tune in again. 3 points. Glad you're still grinding at the top of your game, my guy. I appreciate that. Nowhere where I want to be. Don't think I've tapped into my creative potential. I feel a bit like Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko. There's like, I'm 30, but there's levels to go up. And hopefully we can do that in it, really. So, yeah, let's share the screen and get into this. Really, first things first, you know, I'm shameless with the promotion. You don't promote yourself. Who else will? Palace versus Arsenal watch along. That's on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you're there for that. What is this? First things first, Xhaka bombshell as investigators probing Arsenal star suspicious booking against Leeds in December are told of a possible criminal conspiracy involving the Albanian mafia. So obviously he's of Albanian heritage. You can see why this headline is selling itself. An FIA inquiry into Xhaka's booking was passed on to the National Crime Agency. Man, he just try to make the man them eat, man. Xhaka's a real one. I don't know anything. I can't comment on this. I didn't see it. You know, I would say that therefore is someone doing more than they're paid for if you're inquiring into a Xhaka yellow card, because to me that would, if I was there, that would not flag up on no system. You know, Xhaka innocent until proven guilty. I don't know about any of these things, people, and I don't really care to read on it really, but yeah, just thought that was there to talk about. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City want Milan's Bennacer. I can't lie, this one is always recycled beer times, but there are reports Man City, Arsenal, and especially Liverpool, who, you know, they have gone for Bellingham and Tuchemani, so they're probably looking at midfield. Are tracking Bennacer. The man shouldn't have left. I know every young player that leaves, fans cry about, but Yunus Musa, Bennacer, Gnabry, I genuinely feel them three there should have kept them, and they could be doing things for us, really. You know, I think we could have made money off of Marlon. I don't buy the others, but yeah, I really think Bennacer was one of them. He's become an Algerian international. He's obviously helped AC Milan win the title. He's a left-sided centre mid, can passable forward. I wouldn't say he's the most creative, but can play passable forward, does have an engine, still only 24. I'm on it. The only thing you could use to knock him, and I'm not trying to sound like that Napoli pussy old president, but he plays for Algeria. You've got him, you've got Partey, technically you've got Pepe. You know, if they are all still here when the next one comes, didn't they move it and things like that? So it is what it is. DG getting to 100k by the end of 2022, 2023. I hope so, man. If you ask me that now, I'd say you're a liar, blood. But I hope so, man. Anything's possible in life, man. If we work hard, I deserve it, man. You lot deserve it. We deserve it. So let's keep grinding and striving, man. So yeah, I can't not talk highly of Bennacer enough. I know they brought in Renato Sanchez. I don't really buy this. He's contracted until 2024. Milan would like to extend his deal, raise his salary, and double his release clause. So maybe that's why he's been linked with British clubs like you typically see. Hopefully, he's an option. Liverpool and Milan not in talks over Bennacer. The player has other ideas. So there you have it, people. This one squashes it. They do not want to sell him. He has a 50 million euro release clause, which is about in his 40s. He does know the London lifestyle and that. So why not, really and truly? Liverpool are not in talks. The player is focused on the new season. So probably just paper talk, really and truly. Pussy old Ben Jacobs has said Leicester are anticipating a Yuri Telemans offer soon and won't let Maddison and Fofana exit in the same window. Telemans plus one-star asset may have to be sold, though. That's what is giving Chelsea some confidence despite Leicester's current not for sale. I mean, what other star? Respectfully, I know Chelsea were linked with Vardy. He's a star, but he's not got much years in the legs. Already depleted Leicester side. There is Harvey Barnes. I wouldn't mind taking Luke Thomas. I don't think they'll sell James Justin. It does look like Maddison, Fofana, and Telemans. Telemans, you've drawn the short straw because his contract is running down. Fofana, probably, I couldn't begrudge him for wanting to go to Chelsea, even though they've tied down his deal after his injury. Maddison, I don't know. He's been linked with Spurs and Arsenal. Apparently, he's on that, subject to interest from Newcastle. I don't know who's onto him. And they're probably trying to renew his deal. So the Telemans thing needs to happen, people. And this guy said, so basically just read this and said that this guy's the biggest waffler I've ever seen. I mean, I'm not going to be taking his word for it. But apparently Brendan Rodgers confirms Leicester want to sell a few assets to make signings. And I mean, it's something we've known. They ain't signed a player. They have not signed a player. So we'll have to see what's going on there. Apparently Torreira has followed Turkish radio and television channel on Instagram. So hopefully you finally fuck off, bro. But yeah, away from that, again, Torreira news, everything's coming out. Frings, this has said, Google Translate, Frings were missing economic details about the player's salary. Now everything is fixed as Fabrizio Romano counts. Closed Lucas Torreira to Galatasaray. Thank you. Finally done. Ryan Taylor said, understand Lucas Torreira now likely to complete permanent Galatasaray transfer within the next 24 hours following complications early this week. Told the deal is worth 8.5 million euros, so significantly less than we're going to get for when we bought him. Obviously, you hope there's a sell-on clause there. Torreira agrees Galatasaray move worth 5.5 after 2 seasons away from Arsenal on loan, as Mikel Arteta continues to offload fringe players ahead of the new season. 20 million hit. And, someone that's in their early 20s who ability isn't the thing. I don't know. And he's made 89 appearances for Arsenal. Only God knows how we've got here in it, but we've got here in it. Like, we just need to accept it now. We need to move away from cut price sales and cancelling contracts where, obviously they might still be necessary, but we need to not make that a status quo. But yeah, Torreira is clean to go Galatasaray. Obviously Galatasaray is a massive club, big following in Turkey. I don't know if they're in Europe. I don't know who their gaffer is. But yeah, go and do your thing, people. Really. And it's a bit of a sad ending, and he's going to have to help them do better than finishing 13th. So we're going to have to see. And they're bringing in some decent players, brought in Seferovic on loan, been linked with Glenn Kamara, also a former Arsenal man, been linked with, Dubois, French international, Sergio Oliveira. Wasn't you just at Roma? You must have really stunk up the place for Jose. Done already. So yeah, they're trying to build something there, really. So you go and do your thing. Fabrizio Romano has said, if it ever loads, Torreira has just accepted to join Galatasaray. It's now time for the final details of the contract to be sorted. Then Torreira will fly to Istanbul in the next few days. Arsenal will receive around 6 to 7 million euro fee for Torreira once the documents are signed. So that's cool. What is this? I think this was old. But I just spoke with the agent of Torreira, Pablo Bentancur. We will be meeting today with Galatasaray in Milan. Today, we will know if we sign or not. I am optimistic that they will increase the economic proposal. On the sports side, Galatasaray is a great club. So I can't begrudge you. At 26, you want decent money. Pablo Mari is one step away from joining Monza, people. Apparently, it should be defined on the basis of a loan with an obligation to redeem. So we're just parking that problem off until next year, essentially. Apparently, Aubameyang not interested in a move to Chelsea and wants to remain at Barcelona. That's cool for some Arsenal fans. Apparently, Brendan Rodgers says Telemans wants his future resolved, people. He doesn't want uncertainty surrounding his future to drag on. You have to admit, Arsenal must have briefed the advisors that we're going to wait and wait and wait if this is to happen, or at least deal with some outgoings. There is that possibility, but there has not been anything for him. We haven't had any approaches to the club yet on that. I mean, it doesn't mean we're not talking indirectly on behalf of middlemen with you lot or talking to him. It just literally means we haven't placed a bid, which is true. We have not bidded for the man, which is true. It's a bit of them grey. It's a grey lie or white lie. It's the truth, but it's not the truth sort of thing. Of course, it's in the back of the mind that sort of what if scenario. But I know he's also very keen to. He doesn't want anything to drag on either. He really enjoys being here, and his young family really enjoy the area. He doesn't want to put his kids into school, start school, then have to end up taking them out. He's very much a family man. So, yeah, man, there's schools over here in the UK. I man said UK, blood. Showing my ignorance as a Londoner. In London, blood, or in North. Go Winchmore now, I'm playing, or Tommy Moore, where I wanted to go. The conversation was really good, really open, really honest. We both know where it's at. Obviously, there's lots of expectation around, and unless I'm told any different, I drive in here every morning and look forward to seeing him and working with him. He is, again, another guy who has developed and matured as a footballer, and off the field, he's here, and he gets that respect, and we continue to work with him until I'm told otherwise. Kind of said the same thing in relation to Maddison. I find this funny, but the hope-o-meter, Arsenal fans are top for being the most optimistic at this moment in time. Tottenham are optimistic as well. Newcastle, ironically, City and Liverpool are not that optimistic. Chelsea are not that optimistic. Boy, hey, it's always funny seeing the start of season for football fans. What's this? Leicester are anticipating a Yuri Telemans offer soon and won't let Maddison and Fofana exit in the same window. Telemans plus one-star asset may be sold, though that's what is giving Chelsea some confidence despite Leicester's current not-for-sale message. I mean, I think I already said that. What's the Scum newspaper saying? Leicester are looking at Aouar, which obviously could have a knock-on effect for Telemans. Ironically, a player that was a former target of Mikel Arteta, people. I mean, we already know Jesus is a leader. We already know. Big up Ray Parlour. There's hella pressure. Hella pressure on Arteta, rightly so. Apparently, Tini could be in line to return against Crystal Palace. Saliba will finally get his debut. The Premier League is back. Is Xavi, a shutdown talk of Aubameyang leaving? Okay. Thought this was a transfer thing. Sylvester has advised United against Telemans. Fabian Ruiz and Telemans are good players, but I think Frankie de Jong really fits the club and the philosophy that Ten Hag has. I hear that. Guerrero, slow down with Arsenal titles, challenges, shouts. Arsenal spending, currently you spent 119 million and it shouldn't be done yet if we all have our own way, people. So doesn't appear like there's anything new in that regards. Tierney, Arsenal star, insists they can get Champions League and win trophy. Thinks Jesus is an amazing signing and says he relishes the competition with Zinchenko. Let's see exactly what he said. I'm good to go. I went to a training camp in Marbella this summer and worked there for 10 days to get fit. Me and the sports scientists and physios and a few others. In a sad way, I know my way around an injury now, but it definitely doesn't get any easier. I didn't know Tini was the most expensive Scottish player ever. Big up him. Arsenal chased you for a while. First, when Arsene Wenger was in charge, I was only 18. I played maybe 35 games for Celtic and a few times in the Europa League, but I was still a boy. I wasn't ready. You see some players move early and it doesn't work out. That's respect, Philly. I don't really care about the Celtic thing. I just want to see specifically the Arsenal thing. So it's deadline day 2019. Sky Sports News have been discussing your future all day until Arsenal finally have you and you're on a private plane bound for London. It was EasyJet. The Arsenal fans were tracking my flight. I hear that. Arsenal, come on, man. You're making the man do EasyJet. To be fair, Tierney's probably the most easygoing guy, man. It was a phone call. 1 minute I was at home and telling my mum I'm staying. Nothing's happening. 2 hours later, I get a call. You need to pack. You're moving. I had no time to think. I was nervous. In the Premier League, there are these superstars and you never see yourself as one of them. But as soon as I got here, I wanted to work hard to prove myself. The manager and board liked me because they paid the money, but the team were maybe thinking, who's this guy from Scotland that we signed? I wanted to prove myself to my new teammates. When you're younger, you don't know about, this is in relation to Rodgers. When you're younger, you don't know about tactics, but he taught me about football. I don't think I'd be the player who got a move without him. He shaped me. I hear that, man. I hear that. Obviously, we know Tierney suffered with COVID and obviously homesickness, and he said Arsenal helped him. And now it feels like a second home. Great stuff. I mean, where's the Arsenal stuff? I'm not sure it would have been too much of a big deal in Scotland, but it's not the norm down here. Tesco's is right next to my flat. That's one of the places I went to when I moved to Arsenal. I go from the training ground to Tesco's to my flat. I go into busy city. Going into busy cities doesn't interest me. I'm a bit of a hermit. When I first moved, I had 2 days off. I'd be driving home to Scotland, but now I'm happy here. I'm proper settled. And I hear that. I mean, this interview is kind of, the way it's structured is horrible, man. I mean, he said Arteta was bantering him about being a Ranger, obviously Arteta was at Rangers, he was at Surrey. All the time he was hammering me last season because they're in the last 16 of the Europa League, then the quarterfinals, then the semis. After the final, he never said a word. He's the boss, so I can't say too much to him. Don't worry, the silence was deafening. Obviously, in relation to Zinchenko, he said, no, I'm not surprised because I never had that. At a club like Arsenal, you need competition. For where we want to go, you need at least 2 players for each position. And when you look at Tierney's life, he already said, I wasn't one of the best at Celtic. There was better left backs than me and that. You always see this sort of thing. So he's doing his thing. He's never been scared, man. Big him up, man. And obviously, he's, what's been said here. People might look at me and think he's injured again. He's unprofessional, but I do everything I can to look after myself. Personally, stay in relation to what he wants this season. Personally, staying fit, getting a run of games, finding form, collectively getting into the Champions League and winning a trophy. The signings have been amazing, like Jesus from City. The first thing I said to him was, I hated playing against you, as I'm sure we all did, and we all saw at the Etihad last season. It came from his hand side. So poor article, in my opinion, could have been structured a lot better. These mediocre dons always get to interview these players, but it is all right, isn't it, people? It is what it is in that regard. So that marks the end of the transfer news there, folks. What are you lot saying? It was all right. Van Bronckhorst was calm still. If we get Bennacer, I expect a title challenge. Whoa. Xavi can't shut down nothing. Barca need money. Bro, I need the tabs, but we're closing them, man. Tab police go away. What school did you go? Winchmore. Big up DJ in the community. I hope everyone is well. Right back at you. If I couldn't begrudge Aubameyang for going over there, but I don't think it will happen. Just not ripping up contracts is a plus for me. It's nice to see other teams / managers rating our thing at the moment, but if it doesn't translate on the pitch, it doesn't matter. Amen. And they might be saying that because they don't rate, man. Seems like Everton have stolen West Ham's player in Onana. Maybe the Lampard factor played a part. Maria's rubbed in a high line because man is slow and should be nowhere near our starting 11. I don't think he's as bad as you say, but we've agreed to disagree. Trigger FC, that shit, man. He shit. I don't even think he's a Premier League player. I think Torreira, in terms of ability, is good. Everything off the field, it was a myth. Apparently, apart from City and Liverpool, I don't see anyone certain for 3 points away from home. I hear that. Xhaka trying to secure his future after football would demand them. You hear it, you get it. It's calm, man. It's calm. We should just say, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I get yellow cards every week. Maybe the ref had a bet. Nerves kicking in hard now. It just is what it is. Chilling, Friday vibes, eating cold pizza, playing FM and watching my guy grinding. Big up, DJ. Appreciate that, man. I'm not a fan of cold pizza, but, get a beer in or something. But I hear it, man. I hear it, man. Hope you're all doing well and safe, man. What else is... Let's spin the block for some Arsenal news. No, because if we put Arsenal fixtures, it's not going to come up. Good old Google. Let's change that to the last hour. Come on, please line us up with something, man. Don't seem like there's nothing here, is it? Fulham are in talks with Justin Kluivert, son of a famous dad, isn't it? Like, don't think he's done much, but yeah, man. Don't seem like there's nothing, people. The only thing, I think young Marquinhos, who's just recently signed for Arsenal, barely kicked a ball in pre-season, has spoken people on signing for us. It's complicated. I understand the fan side wanting me to stay to help the club, but it was an opportunity, a dream that my family and I had to play in Europe. When Arsenal came, there was no way to say no. It was a childhood dream, even more so at a club like Arsenal, given the history they have and the money, you know, life-changing money you're about to earn for your family. So that's what he's had to say, and I don't think that's anything mad, man. Hungry, ordering some cod and chips. I hear that. Right, mode. Fulham will get relegated. I hope they stay up now. Leno's over there. Arsenal will need to be winning the winnable games and have to be winning the big 6 matches away. But then again, have to be better on game management. I mean, yeah, man. Love Tierney. One of the best left backs in the world when fit, Charles. Only Robertson talking to him in the league, man. I don't care about Cucurella, this and that. Tierney's my guy. Really? So, yeah, I believe Leicester are the only club in the top 5 leagues to not make a signing this summer's peak. I'd love Maddison. He's cold, too cold, better yet. Please, Tellerman's in. I hear that. You're right, man. We want to see some of these guys arrive, but the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately, people. But they're going to have to see what's going on, man. Predictions tonight, I'm going 3-1. Thoughts on Patino to Blackpool? Well, first thing is he's working under Appleton, who did good work with at Lincoln. I don't know why he left Lincoln, but he was with Brook Norton Coffey. So, yeah, man, he's with someone that understands you. Football, Championship's a good level. I would have actually preferred him to go Holland, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Needs to play football, bro. You know, it's not for certain you're going to play Europa League. When you look at the squad, you know, if Fabio Vieira, El Nene, Lokonga were to make up the midfield 3, you're coming off the bench. You know, you're not going to play that much. So, you know, look at Marcelo Flores going Oviedo. Obviously, Amari's left. Don't know what's going to happen there, but you'd imagine he was going to go out on loan. You know, Mika Bereth is gone. All the 30 youngsters need to go out on loan. Be out of your comfort zone, which Patino needs. You know, physically he's a bit underdeveloped, you know, and he's still young, 18. He'll get there, you know, needs to go there. Obviously, there's a wealth of expectation. Blackpool are just going to see Arsenal centre mid. Can you do it? You know, the games are thick and fast in the Championship. No point being man of the match on Tuesday if Thursday, Friday, Saturday comes and you're 3 out of 10. So the consistencies, the intensity inconsistencies, the fixture pile up. Obviously, they're going to have to manage him well so he doesn't get injuries and that. And yeah, he's going to have to, you know, he's a very cultured footballer. So he's going to have to, and he thinks already, so, but he's going to have to do things 10 times quicker. Things you don't have to think about at 23's level. You take too long on the ball at first team level, it's clamped and stuff like that. And obviously there's an element of, you know, people are fighting to stay in the division. People are fighting to get promoted. People are fighting for their livelihoods. I do think when you're at Arsenal, where, it, you know, unless a miracle happens for some op fans, we're not going to get relegated. It's very nice. It's very cozy and things like that. So it's good, man. You need a bit more of them tests. You know, Nottingham Forest away must have been an eye-opener. There's only so much training and traveling you could do. Arteta didn't really use none of them Haaland boys. So it's only going to get worse this year with... It seems like the depth of the squad is being improved. Like if Pepe, Nelson don't get moved on, these guys are gonna make up the bench really. And when you look at the pathway, you know, you and Miguel Aziz probably at the same level. A next man who needs to go out on loan. You've got Lokonga, you've got El Nene, you've got probably another midfielder arriving. You've got Smith Rowe, Fabio Vieira, and Odegaard who all can play in that role. You've got Xhaka and Partey who you're not playing ahead of any day of the week at this moment in time. And I know the talk is around left back, but you've got Zinchenko. So not everybody can play, really. So, obviously, injuries happen. You can obviously take advantage, but go out and go somewhere where you can play 20, 30 games a season and really improve. You need, you know, look back in August of 20 or May of 2023 and say, right, this time last year, I wasn't good at this. I wasn't good at that. And in a nice way, I do think when you're at these clubs, when you're Balogun, when you're Patino, when you're Brook, when you're these guys, and you're in and the Chelsea boys as well, and Liverpool and all of them, you know, you're beating up the same players you've been playing for years. You know, you're faster than everyone, stronger than everyone, faster than everyone up here. You're going to stagnate. You're not going to have to think. And obviously 23s, 21s football, there's the occasional cup game and stuff that means something, but generally it doesn't mean much. So there's Championship, you're fighting for something week in, week out. If you mess around at 23s level, don't have the best of games, you might get sacked. When I mean sacked, you might get dropped. that might not happen then. Obviously, the way they do things at Arsenal is the way they're going to do things completely different at Blackpool. So there's growth, not to mention off the field. I don't know if his girlfriend's going, if his young family, his mum and dad are going to move up with him, but he's going to learn a lot from a man perspective, let alone being a footballer. So it's all in the right stead, man. Go out there and have a good loan spell. Put yourself in the shop window for Mikel Arteta to want to integrate you next season, or, you know, maybe a Premier League loan or a higher championship loan or a top 5 loan or something in it. So big up Charlie for going out on loan. As I did tell you a few weeks ago, there was more loans to come, and there is a couple more in the pipeline that are being done as we speak, people. So yeah, man, he made the right choice going Blackpool on loan. And again, I don't know what formation Blackpool even play. You know, obviously he's a centre mid, so it's a bit different. So yeah, man, some defining to do. I mean, because of his age and that, if I was his gaffer, I'd probably not as a 10, but if I had a 3-man midfield, I'd probably give him the most creative freedom. But I want him to learn, man. DG, that was worthy to make a YouTube short. Huge ball wisdom from you as always, my G. I appreciate that, man. Big up DG. Edu and Arteta have definitely improved getting the young players out on loan earlier than in previous season. Yeah, and you have to give Mertesacker some praise for that as well. Bare of the young tugs them have gone on loan. You've got Miziza Gongbo's gone to join his former gaffer, Matt Crawley, Ryan Ilabos, who's gone out on loan. Obviously, Flores has gone on loan. Patino's now gone on loan. Balogun's gone on loan. Mika Beref's gone on loan. You'd imagine Miguel Aziz goes out on loan. And there's too much to remember off the top of my head in it. You lot know who's on loan in it, so it is what it is. It's nice to see, and it's nice to track their progress. Obviously, even if you have the best loan spell, it doesn't mean you've done anything. If you have a bad loan spell, it doesn't mean anything. As I've said, is there really anything about bad loan spells? Because Miguel Aziz, for me, you've learned a lot more at Portsmouth than you've probably learned away from the obvious in the last few years at Arsenal. You know, you see football for what it's worth. It's real. It's cutthroat. It's not. It's a dream. It's a movie, but it's not in many aspects. You know, the only way is down. You're a professional footballer. Some man don't make it. Some man in this academy at 18 years of age, or better yet, at 16. Some man that are first year scholars, because I see it all the time at Arsenal. They're not going to be professional footballers, and at other clubs, they're going to be personal trainers or whatever. Football's cutthroat, and sometimes I think when you're these higher echelon young players and you're at a team like Arsenal, sometimes you don't really see football for the nitty gritty. Like these men don't have to clean their own kits and that. I don't think Blackpool do that, but they might. So it is what it is, man. I've only seen one episode of All or Nothing, but I could tell Arteta wasn't under any pressure from upper management and the board when it came to the first 3 losses. I hear that. Are you upset we won't be playing Burnley this season? Hell no. I wanted them to get relegated, finally got it. But then again, Burnley are becoming likeable, man. Company, they won their first game against Huddersfield. Company's doing good things. He's bringing, you know, he's fulfilling the diversity quota, you know. Crazy. Like I was listening to Talk Shite in the car the other day, and the Burnley fan was like, oh, you know, we're known as Brexit FC, we're getting this, we're getting that. I don't know how much effects they will feel with Maxwell Cornet's potential move to West Ham, and obviously Dwight McNeil's cut out as well, so we're gonna have to monitor that. Yo, DG, thanks for the content as usual. You have nice hair too. Appreciate that, man. Who would you say your playing style is that? I think Danny Alves, probably Carl Walker-Peters, man. Humble, just do my thing. Tierney, humble. Got a little bit of sauce, but not the sauces. When I see other guys doing a thing, I'll do a thing. Oh, hey, shout out Toby, shout out Eri as well. Sunday League, they play ahead of me. These lot are skillers. When I see them drop shoulders as a winger, I'm like, yep, fullback. Nuno Tavares settings, I'm making the overlap. Or I need to do at least a little no-look pass or a little crave turn. I get so gassed when I see the techie players doing dirt in the games, man. I can't lie. So yeah, I'd say that really just humble, steady Eddie, man. Big up yourself, eh? But yeah, man, with that though, people, I'm gonna love and leave you lot. I'm gonna sneak a gym session and some lunch in, and I'll see you lot for this. I don't think I'm actually gonna have time to play Football Manager, but if I do, I'll let you lot know, people. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be live till later today, live from 7 p.m. Kickoff is obviously at 8. We're watching Crystal Palace against Arsenal. The Premier League is finally kicked off, people. Finally kicked off. And once again, cheers, people. Cheers for that. Tried to say less than that shit. Still hurt, but it's calm. I hope Arsenal win 3-1. So yeah, man, as usual, thank you for you lot support. You lot supporting on Twitch and YouTube. You lot's talking points. You're making sure we stay up to date with any emerging news. Appreciate that, man. Journey to 10,000 on Twitch. Journey to 50,000 on YouTube. Alive and kicking. Hope you lot have all had a great week filled with, you know, reaching your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. I'm going to have to love and leave you, though, and see you lot later, man. Can we, you know, if you ain't hit the like button here, we're at 253, you know, good number to end it on. You lot, take care, stay blessed. I'll buck you lot in a bit, people. Safe.
You always just that active when defending. I think it's like. You always just that active when defending. I think it's like.